T-Ron in the building. I'm ready to change my life to Wild King Nights. Wild King Nights, we keep it G news, man. My fucking hands are dirty as shit. That's what it is. We ready to get busy, y'all. We ready, ready to see what the fuck going on. I ain't even been privy to what's been going on in Diddy case today. I know one thing, right? Y'all know I've been joking this shit for a minute. Yo, but with Diddy, yo, that shit Diddy did to Cassie was fucked up, though, yo. All jokes aside, yo. Like all the beatings and shit. Like he was out of line for that shit, yo. Like I ain't really into beating women. I think that shit goofy. Yeah, Diddy a different kind of nigga, yo. I wanna know how many Wild King Nights Young Miami had. Niggas need to get Young Miami on the platform asking how was her Wild King Nights. Yeah. Yeah, I swear, I ain't gonna lie, I've been tripping off that name all day, y'all. Nigga call that shit what it is. Nigga call that shit Wild King Nights. That's crazy as a motherfucker, man. Yeah. They'll call this shit Wild King Nights. They couldn't wait for the motherfuckers, you heard me. Hold up, man. Yeah, yo, but all that domestic violence shit, yo, that shit, Diddy was dead wrong for that, though, man. Yeah, that nigga was super freaky, yo. He couldn't control it. That nigga got a taste of Wild King Nice. He couldn't stop it, yo. That shit was like a habit. That shit was like a motherfucking, I don't know what you call it, yo, but he couldn't control it, yo. The Wild King Nights took over. Yeah, I mean, it started off as, you know, just something they was experimenting with, and it just went left. Y'all know how I always say, yo, certain doors you gotta keep closed, man. You know what I mean? Them freak offs, that was a door that should have never been open. Once that shit was open, it was freaking off 24/7. That's what it was, man. 24/7 freak offs. You know what I mean? Freak off for 3 days, we recover for a week. Right back to another freak off. Oh, see what it is. That's what it was, man. That's what it was. Called it Wild King Nights. Shit got real, man. Shit got slippery. You know what I mean? Motherfucker probably tore Achilles. Fuck around with Diddy in this Wild King Nights. All type of ill shit probably went on. But the way he was beating up on Cassie, I can't get with that, yo. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I can't get with none of that shit he did, for real. I just don't think she was trafficked. But as far as the way he was treating that girl, nah, man. I can't get behind that, y'all. Diddy should have paid Cassie off. Like, yo, you would have thought that after all that shit. Oh, yeah, we gonna get into it. Diddy a freaky ass nigga, see. If you want to know anything about Diddy, know that. He's a freaky motherfucker, boy. I try to tell you. One of the freakiest. I'm talking about shit we ain't never heard before. What Joe say on Friday, back up? Shit, I ain't never did that. Yeah, that's type of shit Diddy was on. There was all drugging. There was drug-fueled sex parties, yo. I just can't say she was trafficked because she liked it. I just became obsessive. We got excessive, y'all. Cassie had no clue she was gonna be freaking off 3 times a week. There was no time for music. Like I said, I just think that was one of them doors you gotta remain closed, man. You gotta keep them type doors closed, man, because like similar to like when I tell my kids, y'all don't even try drugs, man. You might like it. I think that was one of them situations where they should have never tried it. Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie, yo, the level of freakiness that Diddy was on, that shit fuck around was a crime. Hey, OC. Hey, yo, the level of freakiness that Diddy participated in, yo, it might have been a crime, yo. For real. It should be a crime. Hey, yo, hey, OC. The man was wild, man. He was wilding, yo. He called it Wild King Nights. You just imagine what's going on. I don't know. I ain't been tapped in today. We ain't gonna know if he won it until Cassie get cross-examined. You know what I mean? That's what we gonna decide. Was she really with it or not? You know what I mean? Cause once they get her, and she getting cross-examined tomorrow, more than likely. Yeah, but he did that. He did that girl bad, man. He said, I'm here for the dogs. Hey, yo, OC. Cassie said, see, but this is the thing. This is just what she said. We don't have no proof to this. Cassie said that Diddy used to pee on her. Her Diddy and the sex worker used to pee on her. I mean, like drown her in piss. She couldn't even breathe. Then she said that he used to want the sex workers to skeet on her, and then she go in the other room and they wipe it on, and he wipe it on his nipples. Yo, Diddy different, yo. He a different level of freak, yo. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I ain't never heard nothing like it. I ain't gonna lie. I think Diddy probably one of the freakiest niggas that ever lived, yo. I don't think you can out freak Diddy. Straight up. Yeah, I don't think you can out freak Diddy, y'all. He got everybody beat. But I'm telling y'all, we might be missing something, yo, we might be missing something with the bathtub for the baby oil, man. Diddy might be on to something with that, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. This freaky ass might be on to something. Yeah, because they still haven't proved sex trafficking. All they focusing on is domestic violence. I honestly think, yo, this trial is just about slandering his image. Cause they doing a great job at that. If they ain't doing nothing else, they doing a great job of slandering his image. Cause Diddy is looking horrible right now. Like I said, he probably the freakiest nigga that ever lived. I mean, nigga. I know there's some white freaky ones out there, but as far as nigga, no, Diddy the freakiest. Straight up. Oh, see, my man called it. The man called it Wild King Nights, bro. You can just imagine what was going on. What you think was going on at Wild King Nights? Fuck freak offs. Yeah, fuck freak offs. Nah, fuck that. We call that shit Wild King Nights. Why do I keep talking about chitlins? Yo, there's no children, Sonya. Like, why y'all keep Sonya? There's no children. Kim Porter is not. I mean, we don't know what happened with Kim Porter. Yeah, I think this is about slandering his image more than anything, cause he can't recover from this. Like I said, we need answers, Diddy. Yeah, I mean, we can continue that. I'm more focused on Diddy now than Cassie. We already know Cassie enjoyed it in the beginning, but I got some questions for Diddy. For real, yo. Diddy need to do a 60 minutes after this. Guilty or not, we need to hear from Diddy's point of view. What the fuck was you thinking, bro? How the fuck you get so freaky, my nigga? Like, yo, that shit is abnormal. Like, you out this bitch moving like a motherfucking, like a wild animal out this bitch. Freaky ass nigga. That's the fuck I wanna know. Yeah, man, we ain't got to hear nothing else from Cassie. I wanna hear from Diddy, nigga. Defend yourself, nigga. What the fuck is this? You decide you was operating? You was really moving like this in real life, bro? God damn, my nigga. That ain't even that deep. Like, you don't even hear about him having sex with Cassie. Diddy probably never fucked her. I don't even think he wanted to, man. He just liked to see other niggas fuck him. And he wanted to motherfucking direct it. That nigga was the producer. See, yo, I guess that's when him being a producer, yo, he took that shit to another level. He like, man, shit, I'm a great producer of music. I might as well start producing porn too. Yo, maybe that's what it was, y'all. Maybe we looking too deep into this. Maybe it was Diddy wanted to master the craft of porn production. So he had his own little freaks. I mean, and he made them perform for him. Maybe that's all it was. Now the domestic violence shit, that was excessive. Like, yo, the way he just beating up on that girl, like, come on, Diddy. That's some sucker ass shit, bro. Cassie was little as a motherfucker. You sitting there putting hands and feet on the girl. But the problem is, though, that's not what the trial is about. Like, it looked like what the prosecution is trying to do is, they're trying to paint a picture of she was so beaten and battered that this shit couldn't possibly be consensual. Yo, but it's a lot of domestic violence relationships and people still have consensual sex. Like, for real. It was time when she punched Diddy in the face and he beat her up real bad. It just looked like that's the type of shit they was into, yo. Motherfucking Ike and Tina, nigga. And the 2016 Ike and Tina. They was kicking each other's ass in that bitch, getting high with their mind. And there was a time to fight. Nah, I don't give a fuck. Man, you call the KKK on me. We'll see what happens. Niggas ain't the slave days, nigga. What you thought about, nigga? Call the motherfucker you what, nigga? Oh, yeah. That scandalous video was serious. That video should have went viral. Then we got Tory Lanez. I told y'all what happened. Yeah, we just was talking about that shit yesterday. How ironic. Yesterday we just was talking about what happened with Tory Lanez. And they do a press conference and say the exact same thing we said. I knew that's what happened. Yo, that's the only thing that made sense. Kelsey was tired of Megan fucking her boyfriends. That's the second or third time she did it. Drugs was involved. Yeah, that's why you gotta walk light with the motherfucking drugs, man. Where the fuck this nigga come from? Hey, man. Drugs was involved. And she wound up trying to kill that girl. She tried to kill her. That's crazy. Kelsey was geeking. Yo, but my thing is, I don't know what Burns that's going to have on Tory Lanez's trial. You know, because at the end of the day, this guy that released that statement, There's no proof it ever happened. He can't prove she said that. Because all she gonna do is deny it. Now, it might can get him back in court. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, I gotta look into that. Like, I'm not sure ramifications other than, you know, public perception. But I think not most people, I think a large amount of people already figured out that Tory ain't shoot Megan. Megan get blacked out drunk. And yo, who the fuck, yo, Vlad be tripping out. Why he always talking about people sending me this, they want my opinion? Yo, who the fuck wants Vlad's opinion on anything? Like, yo, he always do that. So he got an opinion on Tory. Basically saying Tory shot Meg. He's standing on it. That's his opinion. Like, yo, who the fuck asked you, Vlad? Like, yo, niggas do not need Vlad TV's opinion. The only reason niggas watch Vlad TV because there's niggas on there. Niggas don't watch Vlad for Vlad. Like, nigga, only way your opinion is valid if niggas watch you for you. That was to turn this platform to a blog page where it's focused on him. That nigga get 3 views. You better talk about financial literacy or something. Nigga might turn into that. But you talk about hip hop, niggas ain't trying to hear that goofy ass shit you talking, Vlad. Talk about people keep inboxing me and want my opinion. I'm only gonna say this once. Bitch, you should have said it none. What you talking about? Like, these niggas be tripping me out, right? Yo, whoever inboxed Vlad and told him or tagged Vlad asking his opinion on something, yo, call my Instagram. We need to have a talk, because I want to know what the fuck is wrong with you. And why the fuck you came with Vlad thing? He's outside. A way outside. Yo, I'm ready to get to the house and pull up to the computer, yo. So we ready to get busy. We ready. You know I gotta get up in the morning, but fuck it, we rocking out to about 2:30. Maybe 2 o'clock. This fucking car behind me. I can't speed, but I don't want to speed anyway. It be dead out this bitch. I told 2 cars in the last couple days, but it did ran out in the middle of this fucking highway. Yo, but yo, y'all think it's some validity to this Jay-Z shit with Tory Lanez? Y'all think Jay-Z played the role in the takedown of Tory Lanez? The Rock Nation used Tory Lanez to prop up Megan Thee Stallion. Yo, if they did, that's some dirty shit, yo. If Jay-Z, if that's the truth, I'm on his ass. Nobody's safe, y'all, from fuck shit. Nobody's safe from being called out for being on fuckboy time. Not Jay-Z, not none of them niggas. Cause that'd be down bad he did that. Tory could have died, man. Nigga put a knife in him. By a motherfucking a sex offender who murdered a 13-year-old. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know the guy that stabbed Tory Lanez murdered a 13-year-old girl that he was having sex with? That's what word is on the street. Tory nigga don't do nothing. It's supposed to be a motherfucking ride in California right now. As soon as the motherfucking grills pop, it's showtime. That's how it's supposed to be. If Tory would have stabbed one of them niggas, that's what the fuck they did. I don't hear no excuses. I need to see California blog page reporting on riots in California prisons. You know what I mean? Federal and state. I remember when the motherfucking Bloods in the beach and the Muslims got into it up the penitentiary in Baltimore. Nigga, that shit traveled to every fucking joint. That shit traveled to every joint, every state joint in Maryland. Bloods and the Muslims was at war. Who remember that? Who was in the system at that time? 2007, 2008 in Maryland. So they can vouch. That ain't bullshit. Yeah, you can't allow them motherfucking Hispanics to put the knife in Tory, man. Niggas don't do nothing. Yeah, nigga gotta do something. But yeah, we gonna Tory Lanez father did an interview. We gonna go to the press conference, see what the fuck happened, cause I ain't only saying little clips. I wanna go to the whole jiffy. We gonna see what's going on with the Diddy trial. Yeah, we got a lot to cover, y'all. All I gotta do, this fucking car's still behind me. Piss me off. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. We on our way to motherfucking 25K, man. Yo, have y'all noticed how they just stopped the nigga views? Like, that shit is crazy. I should have been at 25K 3 weeks ago. A month ago. But yeah, we still moving. You know what I mean? Yo, I think Diddy need to do an interview though, yo. I'm dead serious, yo. Nigga need to get in contact with Diddy. And we want to hear more about these Wild King nights. Where did this shit evolve from, Diddy? What did you get out of Wild King nights? Was it dominance? Was it sexual gratification? Was it fantasy? What the fuck was it, Diddy? People want to know. See, I told y'all why Muslim guys chase them younger girls. It's manipulation. They told Cassie called Pop Pop. Diddy great. Diddy found out that Cassie called her grandfather Pop Pop. And that nigga like, man, I want you to call me that. I'm your... What the fuck, Diddy? Diddy a wild ass dude, man. I know your kids probably like that, Pops. I ain't know you was getting down like that, Chad. I know you was getting down like that, Pops. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Freaky ass nigga. I ain't fuck with you no more, man. Stay your freaky ass over there, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, y'all fuck cut my father off. I found out he participating in that level of freakiness. Had me looking at my mother strange. The fuck y'all was a part of? You participate in this shit too? The fuck? The baby hoe with Diddy on there. Hey, yo, for real though, yo. They say, yo, Cassie said, yo, they was in a pool. I mean, a bathtub of baby oil. Like, yo, how high did you feel the baby oil? I want to know, how high? How much baby oil did it take to fill up the tub? Did you fill the tub all the way up? Like, could they have drowned in baby oil? Or was it just like, lightly, like, was it lightly filled? You ever hear that feel? But, you know what I'm saying? Did you just feel like the bottom of it up, so it was just enough to slip? But if somebody would have bust their lip, fuck around with Diddy and them freak out, all that motherfucking baby oil they with. Yeah, I'm sure people got hurt. But all that baby oil, I'm sure people got hurt, yo. I'm talking about broken legs, arms, you know what I mean? Dislocated hip. It's like goddamn baby oil fill up the tub, yo. They must have poured, they probably was pouring that shit for hours. He like, keep going. It's not enough. See, so that's what he meant when he told Fabulous He wants you scraping and scrambling and shit. Now, see, now it's starting to make sense. Because you got that much baby oil, I'm sure there was a lot of scraping and scrambling going on. Slipping and falling, scraping and scrambling. That's about the same thing, ain't it? Would slipping and falling be the same thing as scraping and scrambling? Yo, let me know in the comments, yo. Is that equal? Is that about the same thing, or I'm tripping? Hell, Diddy fucking crazy. Y'all been joking Diddy the rest of the fucking year, man. Hey, yo, he ain't never. Diddy, don't do it, Eugene. Yo, that is the 2025 wrap up. If Uncle Murder don't do it, Eugene in the 2025 wrap up, I'm on his ass too. And you gotta mention Wild Nights. Wild King Nights. Wild King Nights gotta get an honorable mention in the 2025 wrap up. Yo, it had to been some injuries though, yo. It's no way, yo, with that much baby oil, ain't nobody fuck some shit up. It had to been some injuries, man. It had to been some casualties to the process. There's no way it wasn't casualties. Hospital trips, busted head, something, yo. Baby oil slippery as a bitch. I got oil on the back of my motherfucking cab. I be slipping on that bitch all the time. I can just imagine if that shit was baby oil. Goodness gracious, I probably have bust my head by now. Hey, y'all know I be joking this shit for real. All actuality, yo. Diddy did some fucked up things to Cassie, yo. He should have just paid the yo off the rip. And I said that in the beginning, yo, based off the original lawsuit. Like, yo, she deserved payment for the shit that he did to her, yo. I don't know if he sex trafficked her, but as far as paying her, Diddy should have the minute she came through and said she wanted to get paid, Diddy supposed to pay her immediately. You know what you did to that girl, nigga. You know you mentally mind fucked that girl, man. Mental manipulation, physical violence. You know what you did to that girl, man. Why you ain't just pay that girl like she wanted? She wanted 30, should have gave it a 30. You got it. Ain't gonna hurt nothing, nigga. Now look at you. The whole world know you be having Wild King nights with bitches. Rubbing come on your chest and shit, nigga. The fuck, nigga? What the fuck wrong with Diddy, man? I ain't gonna lie, yo. He couldn't be my father, yo. I would cut your off the minute she admitted that we are no longer cool. That's like snitching to me. Yo, what the fuck type nigga? You a rat. Diddy a rat on a nigga. Yo, he moving like that. Fuck that. Change my perspective. Diddy gonna tell on a nigga. So I can't say he gonna tell because he could have told. Okay? Diddy ain't the only one moving like this, y'all. A lot of Hollywood having Wild King nights. They just don't call it that. They probably call it that now. He said he paid and she still tell him. Yeah, I know that is wild. I think Cassie being forced to tell him. I don't think Cassie really want Diddy in jail. If she wanted Diddy in jail, like if she really wanted Diddy in jail, she wouldn't say some of them things like, I ain't want him to do it with nobody else. That changed the whole dynamic of the freak off. Like I said earlier, that if he would have did it with somebody else, that'd have been your exit out, like you said you wanted the whole time. You said you wanted out, he wasn't letting you out. And you thought the freak offs was the way to keep him. So you indulged, you participated. And then when they pressed you about it, you said you ain't want them to do it with nobody else. So that rules out that it was forced. But I can't wait till the defense get a hold of Cassie. That's gonna be epic. She gonna be doing a lot of crying. That's typically what women do when they get pressure applied to them. Cassie probably gonna be on the stand for like another 3 days. Like I said originally, they like, yeah, she's only gonna be on there for a day. Man, shit. And Cassie might be on the stand for a month. Yeah. She's the star witness. You think they're gonna have a star witness on there for a week? I don't know. Cassie's gonna be on that motherfucking stand. She gonna be on that stand. Yo, but what I was saying for us, but Diddy should have just paid her. He should have paid her before it became public. It shouldn't have been no lawsuit. The minute she said, yo, look, you know, she came to him. Look, Daddy, you fucked me over real bad, Daddy. I can't even have sex no more. My husband can't please me. I've been fucking a Punisher for 3 years. You know what I mean? My walls is gone. Yo, I need 50 million for that shit, man. Diddy Paul gave her that 50. And she was fucking the Punisher, yo. Your Lord knows what he did to her, man. And Lord knows what the Punisher did to Cassie, yo. Yo should have just paid that girl. I bet it did. Niggas is buying that shit. Yo, y'all think I'm joking? Yo, you know how many people want to participate in Wild King Nights? Niggas want to make their own Wild King Nights. Fuck around with Diddy, man. Not with the fruit shit though. You know, just with the baby oil. They want to hear that shit about. I told you. I think we might be tripping. We probably should all have 1,000 bottles of baby oil in the house. Everybody should have 1,000 bottles of baby oil in the house, man. I'm telling you, I think we're missing out. I think it might be something to the baby oil, y'all. You should all go out tomorrow and buy 1,000 bottles. See what fuck Diddy was still. see what attracted Diddy to it so much. Yeah, I seen it. Costco's, Sam's Club. Probably get 1,000 bottles. You probably get 1,000 bottles in like 7, 8 boxes, like 10 boxes. 20 boxes get you 1,000 bottles, man. Get right. Damn, y'all. Fucking bright ass lights, bitch.
Sorry. Please speak.
Yeah, shut your bitch ass up, nigga.
The phone book is empty.
Yeah, man. What's up, Rob? Yeah, yo, nigga, I'm trying to tell you, man. Niggas better get hip. That's why Diddy gotta do an interview, yo. We gotta ask him, yo, what's up, yo? Like, yo, what we missing? Yeah, like, does the baby oil make that big of a difference? Niggas need to know, man. Might be missing out. Time of your life. You can have your own Wild King Night without the fruit cup activity. You know what I mean? That bitch ass nigga had his lights on, but I couldn't even see the road. I down there went out the side of the road. Punk ass nigga. That be over like $5. That man going to the motherfucking back roads. Them lights is bright as shit, bro. Hate them bright ass lights. I think that's all this was about, though, Pride. I think all this was about was diminishing that nigga image. That nigga image is done. Diddy will never be the same. Niggas ain't even gonna hang with him. You too freaky, bro. Nigga can't trust you. You might be looking at a nigga. Hey, man, you might be eyeing a nigga when nigga ain't paying attention. They might punch you in the face. What the fuck is you looking at, Diddy? Freaky ass nigga. Niggas ain't standing next to Diddy after this, y'all. Diddy is done. Hey, man. I ain't gonna lie, yo. Ain't he just a freaky shit? Yo, the way you was beating up on that girl, bro. Come on now, man. Like, yeah, why you beating up on that girl like that? Cassie probably was like 120. Got up fucking all these niggas. She said sores in her mouth for sucking dick so much. God damn, Cassie probably a pro. I ain't gonna lie, that's probably why her husband's sticking around. Cassie motherfucking got a motherfucking wash machine. All that practice fuck around with Diddy freaky ass. Oh yeah, that shit would be epic. I ain't gonna lie. Sit around and talk, but he can't be my cell buddy though, cause you can't trust him. You don't know what's on his mind. Yeah, but just rapidly, yo, like yo, Diddy, yo, what the fuck, Diddy? I heard what happened in court today, nigga. I know niggas in the joint like, yo, Diddy, wild this shit, boy. You know niggas heard about it. You know niggas calling uptown. Like, man, you up that bitch with Diddy? Oh, man, Diddy a freaky motherfucker, man. Let me tell you what happened in court today. They give a nigga the whole rundown. Like, yo, Diddy, you a wild ass nigga, bro. Nobody, they give a nigga the whole rundown all that freaky shit he involved in. I just think he was a director, yo. Shit. I think he wanted to take his talents. I think at that point he was done with the music industry and he wanted to take his talents to porn, yo. Is that a crime? Is it a crime to want to be a director of porn? Porn is a lucrative industry. I don't think that's a crime, yo. Like I told you, I see the angle that the government is going, but it's like, is all 12 jurors going bite? Is all 12 jurors gonna be like, yeah, he beat her so bad she couldn't consent? Yo, because I'm gonna tell you something. Yo, it's a lot of domestic violence in the world, man. On men and on women. And don't think just because some of them jurors white that they don't relate. You know what I mean? Cause them niggas be whipping women ass. They probably relate to Diddy for real. Cause they don't need white women don't need to talk back. So they probably relate more with Diddy. Shit. I wish my girl, they probably like shit. I wish my girl motherfucking would be interested in a wild king like her goddamn self. Born ass bitch. Trying to get free. That's probably what them jurors saying. Yeah, it did. Cassie said she seen Diddy suck a nigga off. I read it yesterday. She said it was only one time though. Guess he got carried away. I guess the she was taking MG&D or GDH. I guess whatever the fuck he was taking, yo, he got carried away, yo. Got here, he taking the motherfucking E-pills. I ain't gonna lie, yo, E-pills are the serious motherfucker, yo. Nice to pop E's. Yeah, the time of your life. Bitch, you got girl. And popping E's, girl. You fucked over, mad as a bitch. Ready to kill somebody. You gotta have a female on deck, yo, if you gonna pop E-pills. Well, back then, I don't recommend popping none of that shit now. I don't even think them E-pills is real E-pills. How the fuck go from $20 to $1? Motherfuckers fentanyl pills. I'm ready to pull up to the house though, y'all. To the crib. Yeah, they did some horrible things to Cassie though. Why they ain't charged with domestic violence? If they don't have domestic violence on the federal level. If they charged him with domestic violence, he'd be done. He going straight to prison, nigga. You did that shit, nigga. We gotta look up the law on sex trafficking by force or coercion. What constitutes force or coercion? Look up. What's the law on that shit? Speed ain't gonna turn on no lights. Every day I pull up all the lights. God dang. These are vicious. No lights. Yeah, and that's all they really focusing on, though, Rob. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they trying to find them guilty of sex trafficking, but all we hear is domestic violence. That's all we hear is domestic violence. That's all they talking about. Domestic violence, domestic violence. Which is fucked up, yo, but is that sex trafficking? Like, he ain't make no money off this shit. Similar like YoungBoy. When YoungBoy got caught in Utah. When YoungBoy got caught in Utah, they tried to make it seem like the YoungBoy was a part of this elaborate drug trafficking scheme, but them niggas wasn't making no money. Them niggas was using. How you gonna charge a nigga with trafficking and he ain't selling that shit? Like, that shit is for personal use. That's how Diddy's situation is. Like, you saying he sex trafficked Cassie, but he ain't make no money off that shit. That nigga spent money. Hey, yo. Real. You know how many people see this the dumb shit you don't get, real. But do you know how many people pay women to fuck them? So they just trying to make that shit trafficking. So if you was to pay a girl, which you in New York, real? If you was to pay a girl from Detroit to come to you and have sex, and you give her a couple of dollars, that's trafficking, bro? Or that's just a chick that you seen and you wanted to fuck, and she lived in another state, so you reached out to her. Yeah, I think that's a dangerous precedent. For real. I really don't think we want to open that door up. Like I was saying about the Cassie situation. I don't think you want to open that door, yo. I think you want to keep that door closed. Cause they gonna be attacking the shit out of black men with that. All rappers, all entertainers, any nigga with money, you going down for sex trafficking. Cause real, stupid as a motherfucker. I don't think you want to open that door, dumbass nigga. Real, that's just stupid. Sex trafficking almost like kidnapping. It used to be. You know what it is, yo? They probably sex trafficking and arrest probably down. So they gotta find another way to fit niggas under that shit. I guarantee if you look up federal sex trafficking arrests in the last 10 years, I bet they down. I bet if we was look at the numbers is down. So they trying to figure out more ways to put up people under that category. Somebody look that shit up. I guarantee I'm right. Somebody look up sex trafficking and arrests in the last 20 years. By the numbers. I bet the numbers down. Real, you look it up. Since you like to disagree with everything. Look up federal arrests for sex trafficking numbers in the last 20 years. I bet them bitches down like a motherfucker. They're trying to find more people to fit into that category. So they're trying to broaden. They're trying to broaden what's deemed sex trafficking. Up, y'all. Gotta get my motherfucking pad right. Gotta put a heat pad on every night. Yeah, I'm in the crib now. Hey, Real, look it up. Since you like disagreeing, go look up the numbers. How about let's switch to Tory Lanez. Then get back to Diddy. Or Real come back with the numbers. We ain't asked what it mean to you. niggas, they ask you to look it up because it means something to you. It's not the law. They're trying to change the law. Is what I'm trying to explain to you. They're trying to change the law to fit more black people under it, and your dumb ass participating in it. Cause you stupid, and you one of the niggas. You one of the niggas that they use to sell out the rest of the niggas. And man, we can always trick. We can always trick a real to sell out the rest of the niggas. Cause he's easily manipulated. He's easily manipulated. He doesn't realize the play. So we can always trick them niggas. For real, you watching a nigga you don't know. What's worse? What's worse, pimping? if that's the mind frame you gonna adapt, I think that shit was a foolish ass statement. Then that was a foolish ass statement, real. Look, well, I tell you, they trying to broaden the horizon. Now they talking about labor trafficking. Telling you, the numbers is down, man. They trying to, you know, it's a numbers game. They talking about labor trafficking now. They trying to transition it. While again, decreasing the median processing time for both whatever status continue presence approval, increasing the number of federal human trafficking prosecutions, and the number of sex trafficking and labor trafficking convictions, with a significant increase in labor trafficking convictions and an increase in enforcement of probation of imports made wholly or in part by forced labor. Look, y'all, I told you what they doing, man. They trying to boost the numbers back up. And real participating in it because he's a dumbass. He don't even see the play. Try to boost the numbers back up. Up. They're raising the numbers up. Look at this. What the fuck? Look at this. Look at this shit. I'm ready to show y'all. Look at this. Of the 203 defendants charged with whatever, slavery, forced labor, and sex trafficking, 69% were male, 53% were black. 53% were black. Come on, man. See what the fuck going on, man. They're attacking black men like the feds always did. Then you got dumbass niggas like Real the type that vote, Real the type of nigga that'll vote for mass incarceration. Hey, yo, Real would have voted for the 3 strikes bill. You heard me? We need to get stiffer on crime to fix the community. Whole time we ain't fixing shit. That's the type nigga you is, bro. The fuck is wrong with my internet? Oh, the fuck is that still on my screen? He said he probably already did. I don't know, nigga. You don't. Yeah, why the fuck is my Instagram not working? What the fuck? All right, so Tory Lanez lawyer spoke out.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was a witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm, gunshots came from the passenger side. Not long ago.
Yo, my thing is, I don't know how that statement is going to help Tory Lanez. So Tory Lanez's father spoke out too.
All the work I had been doing for years didn't have to be so hard.
Let me show
As a
y'all
former
this.
educator, I had actually written.
If I get to his father. Yo. Before I get the pops, right? Yo, who the fuck asked Vlad this? Yo, why do Vlad always gotta put his opinion out there? Here are my thoughts for everyone tagging me about Tory Lanez legal team saying that Kelsey bodyguard has now come forward, stating that he saw Kelsey fire the gun. 1. Tory had the right to say that Kelsey was the shooter the entire time, both in statements and on the stand. He did neither. 2. Yo got bulletin points. If Kelsey was the shooter, why was Tory apologizing her on the jail call? Question mark. If the new evidence gets Tory in an appeal hearing and he's proven innocent, then I'll publicly say that I made a mistake in terms of my assessment of the situation. But until then, my original opinion stands. Tory shot Megan. Yo. Who tagged him? Yo, people really be tagging Vlad? Like, yo, why? Yo, we don't need Vlad's opinion. Vlad's opinion is not valid. Charlene, what it is? Vlad has no opinion in this culture, man. All he do is interview niggas. Like that is the furthest Vlad goes in this culture. He interviews niggas. When it comes down to his opinion, yo, we don't need that shit. Like, fuck Vlad's opinion. Like, all the way. Yeah, nobody give a fuck about your opinion, man. Like, yo be tripping. Like, your opinion is not needed, Vlad. He always sticking his opinion and shit. Yo, why the fuck is my computer acting stupid? Always putting his opinion and shit that we don't need your opinion, my nigga. All right, so Tory Lanez's father spoke out. See what he had to say. Hit that like button. Y'all only got 36 likes. Let's get to 100 likes.
On which Pontius Pilate replied that conference that I was supposed to speak at that evening. As I paced back and forth in my hotel suite, Tory Lanez, but his family affectionately knows him as Daystar Peterson. This may seem not even to matter today, but it does to me. The reason why he bears the name Daystar is because I was scheduled to speak in a conference in Washington, D.C. back in the early 2000s. Back in the late 90s. My wife and I stayed in a hotel across the river in Northern Virginia. I was up praying before that conference that I was supposed to speak at that evening.
We do not need a history lesson on the fucking name of Daystar Peterson, bro. Like, whatever sentiments, whatever that has, what's the word? Sentimental value that has to y'all. Yo, salute to y'all.
I have watched as presidents innumerable and other officials place their hand on the Bible and swear a sacred oath to uphold justice, to uphold truth, because that's what justice demands. So before I go any further, based on the courtroom that I stood in 508 days or so ago and heard my son convicted, is a court in the federal reality of things that also holds the Bible higher than judges. And so I'm going to pray a very short prayer before I get started here today.
I'm
going to pray that.
I don't hear no prayer, bro.
What is truth? That question was never answered in Pilate's judgment hall. But I answer it for you today because Jesus Christ himself told us what the truth was. Truth is not a philosophy. It's not an ideology. It's not a doctrine. And it certainly is not a religion. Truth is a person. His name is Jesus Christ, who said, I am the way. Gavin Newsom, I'm even asking today that in the midst of Mr. Trump's busy schedule as President of the United States, that this would come into his hearing. And so, Father, I ask you today, by your Spirit, because you're the only reason why my son is yet alive. Have your way. and let this be glorifying your name. I thank you for it in Jesus' name. So my name is Sunstar Carlisle Peterson. I come to you today in the capacity of an apostle of Jesus Christ. A word from the first century in our times, it would simply mean ambassador of Christ. So when I stand before you, I don't stand here to speak my own words. I represent a kingdom, and I am under authority to speak only what God allows.
Hit that like button, y'all.
First and foremost, I really do want to thank you again, the press corps, and all of you who have vlogs and channels on YouTube or wherever you stream from. Thank you so much for being here. I would like to thank, in fact, all of those who identify with the name Umbrella as one umbrella. It was actually launched so that my family would not just be the ones benefiting from whatever fame or fortune, but so that all people, anywhere that need a shelter could come under that umbrella. That's the reason why it was launched by Daystar's brother initially, who is known as Wolfgang Peterson.
Never heard
So I
of him.
thank all of you who have always been an encouragement to us, who have stood with us. Those of you standing here today with free Tory t-shirts. Jano, can I have that t-shirt right there, please? Those of you who are wearing these and remembering this person, because I want you to understand that from the beginning of this, I stood as far back as 2021, and I watched where a spin doctor for the NBA, now high-powered attorney out of New York, Alex Spiro, ran a campaign to turn my son into a monster in the eyes of the world. At that point in time, God said to us, there is a time to be silent and there's a time to speak. We chose to be silent. And now we've been silent for way too long. The hour demands that we speak. One of the reasons why I stood silent is because I trusted in God, but I also did not want any blowback to affect my son, who was sitting in the belly of the beast. That's why I chose not to speak at that time. I am his father, and that is the second capacity in which I stand before you today as the spokesperson and mouthpiece for my family. Tory has 7 brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
he has 5 brothers. He makes up the 5, I'm sorry, and there are 3 sisters. So today I would like to share a few things with you as well. I want to dispel a few rumors because I've been asked to by my son, Daystar, aka Tory Lanez. Number 1, Daystar does not have a drinking problem. He does not have a drinking problem, and that was not the reason why this situation happened. He was not out on the yard, as it was about 6:30 in the morning, and cells were just opened for them to be able to go out to breakfast. On the Thursday prior to this incident, I was called by him, and I was told of the impending threat. And my family and I huddled and did what we always do. We prayed. We get together every single day and we pray. Sometimes it is twice per day. Wherever we are in the world, at a certain time, we're on our phones and we are praying. We pray for him. We pray for you. Because our mandate is not about violence. We're not here for vendetta. We're not here for any of those things.
Yeah, that would be.
My son, as I stood with him in the hospital room on the first day, my wife being present, said, "Dad, I'm not holding any animosity against this guy. I don't want to take any action against him. Whatever the system does, the system does. But that is his stance, and that is our stance. Might I go a little bit further? Because this will not be the first time I've said this publicly. I bear Megan Thee Stallion no ought at all. In fact, we have prayed for her on many occasions.
I don't, like I told y'all, I don't think Megan know who shot her. But she did wrong for not knowing who shot her, but then putting the whole campaign against Tory. She did wrong for that. Yo, it's been said on numerous occasions that Megan Thee Stallion gets blacked out drunk. Like, drunk the way so she don't remember. I don't think she remember this night, even still. She probably, in her mind, she probably think Tory shot her.
Times of prayer. So this monster that Alex Spiro tried to create, and when I stood in the courtroom on that day,
he just been a victim of his life.
Heard a corrupt prosecutor dismiss the fact that so many people, it was overwhelming the amount of people that sent letters to their office and were called to testify before the courts as they were considering sentence, which had already been decided, and the judge blatantly showed on that day that it really didn't matter what anybody said. It was supposed to be a forum in which it would be decided based on all the extenuating circumstances, etc. But it had already been decided behind closed doors. It's so funny.
That's a bold statement.
That there is indeed a woman who has made it her life's mission to be the whip in the press or on the vlogs. I'm not even going to call her name right now, but those who know. Everything that has to do with Tory Lanez, I believe that she is in some way compensated to spread these narratives. And so before the sentence was read in court, she already knew. That's really interesting to me. She already knew because she had discussed it with others, not knowing that it would come back to us. God is my witness. So moving right along, Daystar did not suffer superficial wounds. He was stabbed 14 times, 5 times in his back, 1 under his left cheekbone. In fact, his jaw was open. He was stabbed twice in the back of his head, and the rest in his torso, arms, and in his chest. It may seem sensational, but thankfully, like Dr. King, it was close to his heart, but did not penetrate. After that, he was being rushed to a facility nearby in a vehicle in which he said, and I quote, "Dad, I thought it was my last. And having made my peace with God, I said, okay, God, is this how it's supposed to end for me?" And God said, no. God told him, do not give up. In the car, upon which he turned to the attending officers and he said, you must get me to wherever is the closest place that I can get to. I'm bleeding out here. He didn't even know his lungs had collapsed. All he knows is that he couldn't breathe. He could hardly speak. Upon which the officer turned around and looked at him and said, nah, we got to take him. He has to be airlifted. Yeah. And thankfully,
medevac.
To God be the glory, he was airlifted.
Most niggas get stabbed and get medevac to the hospital, though.
That
them prisons be so far away from every motherfucking thing. You better get medevac. Motherfucker get stabbed in prison and get drove. Man, fucking pray. Most people get stabbed in prison, the helicopter lands. Like, I done seen a helicopter land 1,000,000 times. Niggas get medevaced out that bitch.
Attending nurses, doctors in that facility, they have done an amazing job in their professional capacity. I would also like to
I've seen that bitch land in the yard before.
To to the COs, the correctional officers that we have seen around him. In fact, these guys have been nothing but kind to him. The system is one thing, but guess what? There are people who work in the system, and some of them still have hearts. Some of them still have a conscience. So as I'm winding down today, I would like to report to all of you who care about Daystar Peterson, the artist Tory Lanez, around the world. The reports in the hospital is that he is doing remarkably well. I was told yesterday, because they had already taken out the tubes that were draining the fluids from his lungs, they had already taken them out by the time my wife and I got there. And I was told by the nurse, in his particular condition, normally they would have had to leave those tubes in at least a couple more days. But yesterday they took him out because they said he is recovering remarkably. All that is left is for the healing of the wounds. So thank you for all the prayers that have gone up sincerely on behalf of Daystar and my family. We are truly grateful. But this is not over. So I'm reaching out to every prayer warrior around the world who knows what Christ stands for. Please continue to stand with us.
Ventilation.
As I stated before, Daystar was not drunk on that morning. It was 6:30 in the morning. It was nothing like that. It was an unprovoked attack. I don't want to go into the details of how it went, although I know them, because it is too gory to be describing right now. And so as I close today, whatever has been needed to be said has been said. So as I close, I want to quote you David, the king of Israel, who said,
We ain't trying. We don't want to hear David. So this guy right here, I don't know who he is, but he decided to give his take on it. Hispanic dude. This is what he's saying happened.
I'm going to give you guys yet another update, right? Because I did my background check. You can check out the full video on Renegade Media on YouTube. But this is the suspect that stabbed Tory Lanez, right? In Tehachapi State Prison. And I already explained why he stabbed Tory Lanez, for disrespecting his wife at visit, saying a couple, derogatory words on the tier about his wife. And the man took initiative to defend his wife and stabbed another inmate. That's why
I think he's just trying to he trying to take the what's the word, man? He trying to because he's Hispanic, as you can see. He don't want shit to get real. You know what I mean? So he trying to make it sound like something that it ain't. I don't think Tory Lanez was disrespecting that man's wife. You know what I mean? He wasn't disrespecting that man's wife. Like, why would, that is a violation in the joint. That's one of the, that's for sure stabbing, birth getting stabbed over. Tory Lanez been locked up too long to be doing that, man. I believe Pops. That shit was unprovoked.
I said, it's not really going to be a racial war, and if it does happen, so be it. That's in prison.
Yeah, he trying to stop the race war.
Personal. But let me tell you guys why he's in prison. He's in there for murder, right? He also has an in-house stabbing as well, and he got caught with a bunch of weapons, and he's been known to stab a couple of other inmates. He caught additional time on top of his life sentence. He was 20 years old, living in Lancaster, right? And he was on parole when he started dating a 13-year-old girl named Evelyn, and ended up at his house. They had obviously some type of encounters, certain tips, if you know what I'm talking about. And then things escalated and blew out of proportion, where they got into an argument, and he shot 13-year-old Evelyn.
I don't know if the Tory Lanez part is true, but what he's saying about the guy that stabbed Tory Lanez is true. He just posted the article up.
In the face and killed her. That's why he got sentenced. And the reason why I bring that up is because even though he didn't get charged for it with an S offense, because the district attorney went after a murder case, this dude got his spotlight. I'm pretty sure that's what he is enjoying right now. A lot of blogs talk about, you know, the fact that he stabbed Tory Lane. Well, let's talk about the fact that he also shot a 13-year-old little girl that he was having sex with when he was 20 years old. So before we start giving this man any credibility, like, yeah, you know, this is for Meg Thee Stallion, this is for her, you know, retaliation, you know, this and this and that, do realize that the man that did it was having sex with a minor, and he also killed that minor. That's why he's doing life without the possibility of parole. So I really don't want to hear no gratitude and no fame and, you know, respects, you know, this is for Megan, you know, or free Tory Lanez, none of that. Because
I ain't never seen
you know, we're gonna give a lot of glorification to a man that doesn't deserve it. Even though a lot of us are bloggers and a lot of us are obviously YouTubers and content creators, we're gonna talk about the simple fact that this rapper or singer got blasted in a state prison by some Mexican. All right, well, let's put it all on the table. This Mexican was having sex with a 13-year-old girl, then he took her life. Now we can criticize him and crucify him in the comment section all over social media for that. The full video will be on Renegade Media on YouTube.
He trying to stop the race war. Tory Lanez stabbed in prison. Yeah, he trying to stop the race war. Tory Lanez stabbed in prison by a Mexican inmate. I seen the story on this nigga. Like, Shorty been catching more cases since he been locked up. Hold on, let's go to this. Tory Lanez stabbed by a Mexican inmate.
According to FoxNews.com, Tory Lanez, convicted for shooting Megan Thee Stallion, was stabbed in a California prison. The attack highlights ongoing tensions and legal issues in the hip-hop world.
Yeah. What I was looking at earlier that showed it went to do history and everything. Yo. Alright. Shut your dumb ass up, nigga. I ain't no motherfucking tech guru, nigga.
That update on rapper Tory.
You said me was gonna fuck with y'all? That's why I hear that bitch talking.
Stallion in Hollywood Hills in 2020. Officials today did not give any specifics about what may have motivated the attack or his condition.
Matter of fact, let me type in the nigga name. I know your name. Got that show on
We begin with this. More accusations of abuse and drug-fueled sex parties at the trial of Sean Diddy Combs.
The musician's former girlfriend taking the stand once again at the sex trafficking and racketeering trial in New York City. ABC's Rena Roy says Cassie Ventura told the jury that Combs repeatedly...
We're gonna get to Diddy in a minute. Fuck your name was. What the fuck your name was? So they got a video of Tory Lanez pulling up to the hospital. Right here.
This morning, brother, the next came out and bust on the boy Tory. You know, they airlifted him and all that. So, you know, nah, that's gonna respond when we come off this shit. We're gonna respond the right way to that.
They let the yard down?
Nah, it happened in the building.
What was it over? It was over. So what, he had did he have a debt, a gambling debt or something?
Nah, nothing like that. shit, we don't even really know. We don't even know the whole situation, you know.
So it was just like some foul play. So it's gonna be up.
Yeah, it is for sure with some foul play. This morning, Brother Levis.
Damn, I'm glad y'all ain't died in that bitch. That'd have been fucked up, yo. If y'all would have died in that bitch, that would have been crazy. Glad that survived. Yo, this shit right here is sad, y'all.
What's your story? Are you from Philly? Or?
I'm from Philadelphia,
really
born and raised
man.
North Philadelphia. You feel me? I'm from where like opportunity slim, the drug rate is super high. Young boys is old heads, 12 to new 22. Like it's like walk down the block at 8 o'clock. There's a 60% chance you ain't walking back up the street. Like I come from that place. Like, I come from North Philly, man. Yeah,
and then you got this concern in your rap. Like it's when I hear you rap, I feel like you're never even thinking about yourself. You know what I mean? How did you develop that? Why did you decide to take that approach?
I'm gonna keep it real. Like
Nigga
my
really
number
killed
one
y'all.
all
That's
time
fucked up.
rapper all time, Tupac Shakur. You feel me?
Okay.
I listen to a lot of his music, and it's like if you think about it, Pac always was like a third person type storytelling boy. You feel me? So I just took that. And I always thought, like, it don't gotta be about me. I can speak through the eye.
What's your story? Are you from Philly? Or?
I'm from Philadelphia, but I want to do it in the right way. Voice of the Youth in my mind is like, it's something that is like powerful. And it's a powerful message. Feel me? So
I love it, man, because you guys are coming up in an interesting time now. You got, there's so many different kind of stories that are happening, and some.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Niggas killed Cho, man. Nigga need to get to the bottom of that shit in Philly. For real. Killed that boy, man.
Okay, you outside? I'm outside, cowboy. Like I said, I just came to give you my love. Okay. What do you want?
Shorty had a good soul. You see, I'm outside, cowboy.
Okay, you outside? I'm outside, cowboy. Like I said, I just came to give you my love. Okay.
That's fucked up, y'all. See, yo, that's the type of shit that be pissing me off, yo. Dumbass shit. Dumbass shit for real. Killed that fucking boy, man. What the fuck? I forgot what I was looking for, y'all. Forgot the fuck I was looking for. Well, yesterday I was showing y'all that Megan Thee Stallion stepped on glass.
Hold their hands. Hold their hands up. Okay? Come on, people pass through with them. Hands up, hands up. Alright, move back to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands up. Move back to the sound of my voice. Move back. Keep going, keep going.
She probably don't remember none of this shit. Her drunk ass probably don't remember none of that shit. Only way she remember that shit is by watching that shit on video. I forgot what I was looking for. Yeah, but let me show y'all what fuck Tory Lanez up. Tory Lanez talks to Kelsey 911 in jail. That jail phone call is what fucked up Tory Lanez. Right here. This is what fucked him over, y'all. He shouldn't have never made this call. If he'd have made this call, if he wouldn't have made this call, he'd have beat that case.
Young's friend that helped convict him is now leaked. Incident to prosecutors.
Subject to recording and monitoring. Press 1 to accept the call. To deny this call.
Now in this call,
Thank you for using Tel.
in this call, he's apologizing for fucking Kelsey and Meg. But the state's attorney flipped this call around to he's apologizing for shooting Meg. That's what they did, man.
Hello.
Hey.
Y'all got out safe and everything.
Huh?
Y'all got out. Everything out good?
Megan's still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
What hospital y'all at?
Why would?
You said what?
You're listening to Street
I said Megan's in the hospital still. I'm outside the hospital waiting.
What hospital are you at?
I don't know. Let me see. Cedar, something like that. Cedar.
Yo, bro.
Sure.
Regardless, I know she probably never gonna talk to me ever again, but, bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Deadass. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, deadass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro. It's just that, nigga, I was so fucking drunk, nigga. I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, so, whatever, bro. But, you know, regardless, that's not gonna make anything right. And that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro. Like, never moved like that at all, bro. Like, for real, dog.
You know, there's a lot that happened, but
a whole lot, bro. Like, a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro. But, man, this day, like, what happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
You're listening to Street TV.
I think I was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I got to the house, Shorty, like, all top niggas, they gave me like 5 shots, like, off the door. Like,
yo, you can tell you talking about fucking.
Like, wasn't in there with niggas, like, you feel me?
You got too drunk. Slipped up and fucked Megan Stallion.
Niggas, like, bro, I don't even remember what we was even arguing about, bro. Like, you feel me? Like,
yeah, no, I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't know how much.
It's like, you know, but tell me what hospital she's in.
You're listening to Street TV.
I just told you, Cedar Medical.
Alright, you ain't got Quan's number, right? You ain't got my security number.
Quan, I do have his number.
Can you call this nigga Quan and tell this nigga, bruh, you get a chance, bro, just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
I think honestly, I think we're gonna try to, because obviously, like, the longer you're in there, the more hot it's gonna get, because, you know, it's already on, like, there's no names released yet, but the report is already out, you know.
But like, out is what? What you mean out?
It's on some app. You know, Megan's team is on top of this. So,
yeah, but like, niggas don't. There's no way that Megan's on like the things.
What'd you say?
There's no way that Megan's like on the thing.
Listening to Street TV.
No. So far, none of that is there. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, the only nigga that's gonna get this backlash is me. It's not gonna be her.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'll let you know.
Alright, it is what it is. Regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just want to let y'all know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I never did that shit if I wasn't that drunk, bro. Like, you feel me?
Yeah. You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
Get out of here, you guys.
You're listening to Street TV.
I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Hello?
That conversation.
The phone call was played.
That conversation is what fucked them over, man. That conversation right there. The state's attorney flipped the shit out of that conversation to something that it wasn't. And the jury believed it. Found his ass guilty. That shit crazy. Look at this bitch niggas. Yo, 213,000 people watched this fuck boy say the real reason Mexicans tried to kill Tory Lanez today. The fuck? Yeah, niggas be crazy. Niggas watch anything out this bitch. This nigga still trolling. I don't understand how his page lasted this long. This nigga been posting fake videos for like 4 years on the internet. Tupac case just exploded. Feds unsealed Diddy and Snoop. Like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, this nigga, what the fuck? Yo, 43,000 people watch that shit. Yo, we living in a fucked up world, man. I promise you, yo, we fucked up out here.
Okay, guys, so I just came out of the Diddy trial. Got a ton of notes for you guys. I'm going to break down these videos. I got to get out of NYC, though, but I hate to say it. The bottom line is people who came to watch the case were walking out. I hate to say it. We were getting bored in there with Cassie's testimony. I think everybody thought it was going to be explosive. This is a RICO case. They're trying to show trafficking, if you know what I mean. And I hate to say it, but the government is doing a terrible job at showing it. Now, they are showing, yes, domestic violence. They keep asking her, so at these freak-offs, who selected your outfits? Who did Diddy? But they're not showing, okay, this escort was taken, traveled here for this. And it's not showing multiple people involved. All you're seeing the government prove is that Diddy committed domestic violence, but that is a state case. That is not need a federal trial. So I hate to say it, guys. We know we don't want this.
Imagine that.
But I think Diddy could get off on the RICO charges. I'm not seeing it. I could be wrong, but the government is just not doing a great job. I stepped out because I'm just dying in there. It is really hard. It's hard to ride all day. I will have more info on stuff for you guys. Cassie broke down on the stand crying, basically just saying that she loves the diddler and she would do anything for him. And I hate to say it, but I think the defense is going to come back and say, well, this is a case of somebody who is just so in love that she would say, literally, I just wanted to make him happy. I didn't want him to be angry or upset because he didn't know what could happen. And so I think the defense is going to get up there and say, look, you were just so in love with him, you would do anything he asked you to. Well, guess what? That's not, that was your choice. That's what they're going to say is you were an adult and you made that choice, whether good or bad, you made that choice to do anything for him for love. So I don't know, Patriots. I got to get out of here. I'll get you guys more. Wish me luck. I love you guys.
All right, so that was day 1. Let's see what the fuck happened. Oh, that was day 2. Let's see what the fuck happened on day 3, man. Let's go to Long Crime. Long Crime Network. We could watch Tissa Tells, but she too damn long-winded. Keep talking about she independent media. Anybody believe Tissa Tells is independent media? You are sadly mistaken.
Great content needs a great audience, like a gamer needs a screen. 20 subs if I
That girl do like 75 videos a day. Independently, you can't do that. Ain't enough time in the day to do that many videos. Upload 4 or 5 videos a day by yourself. Maybe 3.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, and it delivered even more bombshell revelations as one of the government's key witnesses, Cassandra Ventura, better known as Cassie, Diddy's former girlfriend and protege, remained on the witness stand. She detailed years of alleged abuse, coercion, and the dark reality behind the so-called freak-off parties, and visual evidence is being shown to jurors. How did Diddy react to testimony in court today? What were the emotions of the courtroom? And what could a cross-examination of Cassie look like? Welcome to this special edition of Sidebar presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart in for Jesse Weber. We know it's being reported on from the outside, but to help us get an inside look at everything that is happening inside the courtroom in the Southern District of New York, I want to bring in our law and crime reporter, Elizabeth Milner, who was in the courtroom once again today. Elizabeth, thanks for taking time as court just wrapped. Just first off, what was the mood in there today, day 2 of Cassie being on the stand?
Well, definitely the mood was just, again, kind of like it was for day one of Cassie's testimony. A lot of people were anticipating what is going to happen today, what more is our prosecutors going to go over with Cassie. And really today was just kind of a summation of her entire 11-year relationship with Diddy, who she refers to as Sean, whenever she's testifying. But as far as today, the mood kind of, it was a little different inside that courtroom. It was, part two of her direct examination. We thought that there would be a point where we would get to the cross-examination at some point today. That's not happening. It's going to be happening first thing tomorrow morning. But as far as just the mood in general, Cassie comes in today. She's wearing a long gray dress. She did something similar that she did yesterday, where she just walked directly to the witness stand. Her family was there to support her. Those family members included her mother, her brother, and her husband, Alex Fine. Meanwhile, on the other side of the courtroom, you have Diddy's children. Now, it was a little different than it was yesterday in that his daughters weren't present. And I was actually told by a source that they weren't present for a reason that, it's a reason for a lot of kids. They were there for graduation. They have prom coming up. And so that is why they are not in the courtroom. And that is why they're no longer in the city, actually, because they're flying back home to attend to those types of activities. But so for the most part, those who were there to support Diddy today were one of his associates, his sons. That included Quincy Brown, that included Justin Combs, it included Christian Combs as well as Diddy's own mother, Janice Combs, who was inside that courtroom. So really it was, you had on one side Diddy's family, you had on the other side Cassie's family, who was accompanied by Cassie's attorney as well too. And so that was kind of the mood that was set today. Now, even when Cassie had walked inside that courtroom, Diddy, for the most part, from what I saw, kept his eyes on her, saw her when she had first entered the courtroom, saw her as she walked up to the witness stand. Meanwhile, Cassie, from what I could see of her, didn't really pay much mind to the defendant or the defendant's family. Again, she just made kind of a beeline to the witness stand. And again, she was back under oath. And so, for the most part, she definitely kept her composure. There were emotional points throughout her testimony, and I'm sure we'll talk about more in depth in just a second. But for the most part, that was just the general mood of the court, thinking that we were going to get to the cross, but it was still another day of direct examination. And at this point, it seems that Cassie won't even be off the stand until the end of the week.
I want to thank Odoo for sponsoring Sidebar. Odoo is an incredible...
I want to get to the testimony.
Stars such as Veronica Bang, such as Mia Crawford. Then, they kind of touched base a little bit about Suge Knight. Why was Suge Knight brought into this testimony today? Mainly because there was a point where she had said, she being Cassie, had said that Diddy security guards and Diddy himself packed up some guns from a safe and tried to find Suge Knight, who apparently was just down the hill from them. So that was the first start of it. Then they had touched base about, the escorts and confirming that they weren't police officers or cops. And Cassie would essentially lead,
she was committing a crime.
with the fact that she wasn't a cop, to make the escorts feel more comfortable. And she said that Diddy had told her to essentially say that. A big point of her testimony initially this morning was just about the Intercontinental Hotel surveillance video and, the whole fighting back and the concept of why she didn't fight back in this particular incident. So she said that she fought back early in their relationship, but she said it was worse for herself when she did fight back. She said that when she did fight back, that Diddy would be actually surprised that she would fight back. They were shown the surveillance video from the Intercontinental Hotel again, that from 2016. We were seeing it again. The prosecution asked her what Sean Combs was holding in his hand. She said nothing at first. Then there's a point where he kind of goes off camera, but you can see him through the reflection of the surveillance video, because initially we just thought that was a portion of the hallway, when really it was a mirror showing the reflection of what was really kind of happening. And so he had grabbed her phone. He had walked towards the room where there was actually an escort waiting, because they were leaving a freak off, or that she was actually leaving a freak off. And that's why Diddy had run outside of that hotel room with a towel on. You see Diddy through this mirror reflection throwing a vase at her. She said she didn't get hit by this vase. It just hit a wall instead. And she said she can't necessarily recall the exact words he was saying to her when he had thrown the vase at her, when he was essentially viciously beating her in this hotel. And I will say this about Cassie's testimony today. If there was something that she didn't remember, she just flat out said that. She didn't try to, make up words or try to put words necessarily in his mouth, from what I could tell under her direct examination. But, she says she didn't remember what he had said to her during this time. You could see her picking up a hotel phone to call somebody downstairs. Then next thing you know, She's putting her arms up to keep him away from her. There was a point where we saw that security video of Officer Israel Flores, who now works for the LAPD, but at the time he was working security for the hotel. You see him back inside the surveillance video. You see Cassie walk to the opposite side away from the hotel room that they were in. You see Diddy walking towards that hotel room. And then she is seen walking back towards that hotel room, not because she wanted to go back to this freak off or anything like that from her testimony today. It was essentially because she...
If he get found guilty, he ain't catching life.
Spending
all they talking about is domestic violence, yo. This case is not about domestic violence. It's about sex trafficking.
So she could leave. And she said that Diddy didn't want her to leave. He wanted her to stay, but she did leave. She went back to her apartment. She ended up taking an Uber. Then we saw some text exhibits for example, these were the texts from Diddy, who in these text messages was going by Pop Pop. And again, that was a name that he liked him. He liked her to call him. And this was actually a nickname she even gave her grandfather. This is something we had learned yesterday. So these text messages said from Diddy to Cassie.
I think this is a smear campaign. It's not. I don't think it's about going to prison. I think this is about smearing this image, airing out all this dirty laundry. I think that's what this is about. You said, "Oh, camera didn't pick up Cassie fighting and hitting Diddy before he ran down the hallway chasing her." Yeah, oh yeah, that is misleading.
Yo, please call me. I got 6 kids. Please call me. Yo, please, I'm surrounded. Call me. My kids. Help. And then Cassie said, put a robe on, and that was because he was running around in a towel, something we had all saw through this surveillance video. Diddy's texting her back, call me now. Cassie said, I went and checked everything. As long as you don't disturb the guests, you're good. The guests being the other ones in the hotel room. And then we had learned who this mysterious escort was who was inside that hotel room. And it was this man named Jules, somebody that they used often during these freak-offs. He was an escort, and he was somebody that we saw an exhibit photo of him. He is
Troy, I just was showing people the numbers.
I couldn't really tell necessarily.
They using sex trafficking to take down black men. I just pulled the numbers up for a troll. Must have took it down. Look, of the 203 defendants charged with whatever that is, slavery, forced labor, and sex trafficking, 69% were male, 53% were black. Pay attention to what's going on, man. They're trying to broaden these sex trafficking laws to attack black men. Rappers. Watch a lot of rappers ready to go down to the... If Diddy get found guilty, how many niggas they start targeting? It is crazy.
And then she says she doesn't remember the conversation she had with Jules specifically after this incident had happened until actually another freak off. And so we saw another
black men ain't the only one break laws.
Cassie.
Black men don't even break the most laws in the world.
It's a selfie photo, and it's a selfie photo of her with a busted lip.
Everybody break law, nigga. It's the American way, nigga. What you talking about?
In the Uber after she had
better break a law with this bitch.
Hotel in Los Angeles. She had a black eye as well. I mentioned the sunglasses. The sunglasses were covering the black eye, but you could see the black eye just peeking out through the sunglasses. Meanwhile, at this point, Diddy's still text messaging her, saying, call me now, call me, the cops are here, you're going to abandon me now. And Cassie says she wasn't aware the cops even came to the hotel. She had responded, I have a premiere Monday, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here because it was a lot of messages going back and forth, so I had to make sure I had to write everything down. She said, you are sick for thinking it's okay what you've done. And she
I got courtroom experience. Yo, the Abercrombie and Fitch guy, they say he's not even competent to stand trial. He's not even competent. And look, that shit didn't go viral. Yeah, what you mean black on black crime? What is black on black crime? Explain to me, Sebastian, what is black on black crime? I'm all ears. No, he not. He got a bail. And they say he not. They say they sending him to the hospital. He ain't going to prison. We just talked about it yesterday. What is it? Fuck me. It's a specific question. Is crime specific to black people? Are black people the only ones killing each other? Are black people the only ones killing each other? Is there a white on white crime? Is white on white crime a problem? What about Hispanic on Hispanic? What about Indian on Indian crime? What about Asian on Asian crime? Why is it only black on black crime? Sebastian, since you jumped out the window. Now you want to change the topic. Ask you a specific question. You brought up black on black crime, which black men kill other black men at 94%, and white men kill white men at 87%. So why don't we have a white on white crime? Why wasn't white on white crime popularized in the 80s and 90s? Come on, yo, don't come over here talking stupid, man. Yo, people kill who they live around. Black people live around black people, so chances are you're going to kill another black person. Simple mathematics. 1 + 1 = 2. It's that simple. What the fuck is you talking about? Come on, y'all. Stop being stupid, y'all.
Said, stay away from me. He said, he being Diddy, responded, call me, I'm about to be arrested. If you don't pick up, you'll never hear my voice again. Please, I'm getting arrested. And then Cassie responded, plugging my phone in and going to bed. You should do the same. Kind of, and for the most part, insinuating that he might have been telling a story or just using this to over exaggerate. And she had brought up another person who the government has said might be a witness in this case, and that being Carrie Morgan, somebody that Cassie was friends with for a number of years, 17 years.
Sebastian, won't you come on Instagram? Let's talk about it.
She had said that her best
friend
at the time.
Let's talk about victimization. Look. Y'all don't want the truth. Y'all want to believe propaganda and rhetoric. No, I didn't. Carl, let's talk about it. If you think you right, I think you wrong. Let's put it on Front Street. We got 109 people here to listen. Let's see who makes the better points. Let's see who make the better points, right?
Carrie Morgan was upset after seeing Cassie's black eye. She was at her home. She saw this black eye before. She had known that Diddy was physically abusive towards her before, and Carrie was actually somebody who had called the cops on Cassie's behalf. Cassie said once the cops did arrive and spoke to her, she didn't say who did this to her, did this by being physically violent. She said she wouldn't disclose it because she still wanted to protect him. And Chris, I just got to point out here, I think there's a lot of always conversation about why do people stay in these abusive relationships? Why do people keep going back? Why do people return? And just hearing Cassie's testimony from her own
for the $10 cash
today, from her own words, just hearing her tone, because soft-spoken, and I don't know if it's nerves, I don't know if it's just because reliving this and even her being emotional throughout her testimony, that you could tell this was a very difficult process for her having to relive this entire experience, her having to tell the entire world essentially just everything that she had gone through her 11-year on and off relationship with Sean Combs. You could just kind of feel the emotions kind of going through her, something that I don't think necessarily translates that well through the transcript.
Like I say with this, Diddy fucked Cassie up mentally by putting his hands on her and shit like that. Yeah, but he didn't sex traffic the girl, man. A rapist? Hey, Abby, where you getting this from? What documents did you read that say Diddy raped somebody? Yo, what is yo, Abby? You getting your information from you probably watch Tista Tells, don't you? You get information from bad news sources, man. From all them lawsuits was fake. You must be new here. All them lawsuits fake. You can go back to the first video I did. Like, I never pushed these narratives that everybody else pushed. I never said, yo, this to take down to Hollywood. Diddy going snitch. You remember all them narratives? Yeah, they was fake. They all got thrown out. Abby, them lawsuits is gone. Dismissed. Diddy is suing Ariel Mitchell for $50 million for lying on multiple news platforms. She lied and said she had a tape of Diddy with Justin Bieber. She lied and said she had tapes of Diddy with underage kids. She lied and said she gave them tapes to the federal government. The federal government raided their homes for them tapes that it didn't exist. Yeah. All the Tony Busby cases are dropped. He filed 20 or 30 lawsuits. Abby, what are you? They was dropped. What are you talking about? Tony Busby wasn't able to practice law in New York. Damn. So you don't want the truth. I ain't even gonna go back and forth with you. Believe what you want to believe. But the people that follow this page know that them lawsuits was dropped. And the reason I know, let me show you how I know. Salute the Flim Flam. My paperwork girl sends me all of them. Oh look, we just looking at that. Abercrombie and Fitch, dude. Shit. She sent me something today. The fuck is a Halle Berry restraining order. This is how I know. I guess all the paperwork. All them lawsuits was dropped. We went through this. We went through this frivolous ass lawsuit on Smokey Robinson. Lawsuit bogus. This is how I know. Now, how do you know? I don't know, but I know. This is how I know. Because we get all of them. Big U indictment. Dirk, Preston Powell, Brick Baby, Puffy, third superseding indictment. Feds motion for limit, Puffy. So maybe if you say you know more than me, I seriously fucking doubt it. Do you have all of these documents? Or you just talking because a YouTuber told you? I don't think you know more than me about this case, Miss Abby. You need to stick around and subscribe so you can get the truth. Puffy raped Ashley with a remote lawsuit. And Drewski is suing Tony Busby for $50 million too, for putting his name in the lawsuit. These lawsuits are lies. They lies. Old Block. Sarah Rivers sues Puffy. Jay-Z sues John Doe and Busby. Where you go at, Abby? Do we need to continue? Or we can go back to the video now. So people know I ain't just on this bitch talking. Them lawsuits got tossed. It was all fugazi. I ain't defending Diddy. But I ain't standing with a system that's predatory and making up lies either. That's what I'm standing against. I'm standing against the slander campaign, the lies, the media manipulation, the damaging of the jury pool. That's what I stand against. Diddy superseding indictment. Chris Brown sues Warner Brothers. Diddy sues. Look, do y'all want to read this? We got to go back and read this. Tony Busby withdraw his cases against Diddy.
I got the latest for Tony Busby withdraw his cases against Daddy. The first headline from Media Takeout is Jay-Z now claims he lost $190 million in income due to Tony Busby's client.
Cases have been withdrawn. Tony Busby has withdrawn multiple lawsuits against Sean D. Combs due to the procedural issues regarding his authorization to practice law in Southern District of New York. Busby announced his oversight in a court filing and stated that his admission status has become a distraction from the focus of securing justice for his clients. Despite his withdrawal, the lawsuits will continue to be represented by a New York law firm. Busby remains active in litigation against Diddy and plans to bring additional cases against him in Nevada and California. These cases are all getting tossed. Tony Busby withdrew attorney from a slew of Diddy lawsuits. Tony Busby withdrew 15 sexual abuse cases against Diddy aimed at court. Like, yo, they gone, man. Yeah, see. Now look at this girl. Look how she lied on Diddy. I read this before. Have anybody you watched read this? I bet they didn't. Defendant Burgess falsely claimed that he possessed videos of Mr. Combs involved in sexual assault of celebrities and minors. Burgess repeated this false claim many times to anyone who would listen, including reporters from major news outlets, including News Nation, with reckless, repeated, and amplified his lies as if they were true. Thus, Burgess based his lies were rebroadcast on social media and traditional media platforms that reach millions of viewers in the United States and abroad. His attorney, Mitchell, repeated those lies. Like Burgess, Mitchell knew that all her clients' claims were false, or at minimum, was utterly reckless in disregarding their falsity because no such tapes exist. And because Mitchell never saw any video depicting Mr. Combs sexually abusing anyone, adult or minor, Mitchell's many false assertions that Burgess possessed such video were either knowingly, blatantly falsehoods or recklessly false statements made as the direct result of Mitchell's inexcusable failure to investigate her client's outrageous lies. Burgess peddled his false and defamatory statements about Mr. Combs to promote himself on social media. Mitchell did the same. Both seek to capitalize on resultant publicity for financial gain. Together, Burgess, Mitchell, and News Nation have caused profound reputational economic injury and severe prejudice to Mr. Combs. In this action, Combs seek money damages, including punitive damages, for the harm the defendants' false and defamatory statements have caused. Did you know that? I'm sure you did. Because the ones pushing the narrative, they push a narrative, they're not pushing the truth.
Appeared honest, she appeared very truthful, she appeared very credible in my eyes. And so she had said, you know, she just wanted to protect him. And there was something that she had said a lot of times during her testimonies that she loved him. She thought that this was...
Let me show you something. Abby. Yo, I'm not just a nigga on you. Paperwork of my own. 400 pages. I comprehend everything I'm reading. I got paperwork of my own that I had for 20 years. 400 pages. This ain't even half of it. I don't, you must be new here. Because if you think I don't understand law with all this shit that I've been through in life, then you are sadly mistaken. I done got wiretaps. I done got motherfuckers writing witness, video recordings, audio recordings, house raids. Like, I don't know what you think this is, but this ain't that. I promise you this ain't what you used to. You need to listen. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying it was a dismissal. I'm saying that if those things was true that she was saying, they wouldn't be able to say that. Abby, this lawsuit would not be able to exist if what she was saying was true. That's what I'm. Do you understand that concept? They wouldn't be able to say this. Like, he is going into detail about the lies. Detail. Yeah, you just want to be right. You wrong. Burgess claimed on multiple occasions that Kim Porter, the mother of four children with Mr. Combs, who died in 2018, provided him with a copy of her memoir and videos depicting Mr. Combs sexually assaulting inebriated celebrities and minors. Those close to Miss Porter, including her children and roommates for over 20 years, have never heard of Mr. Burgess before he made this utterly implausible and completely false claim. Yet Burgess has made this claim numerous times to the press and social media appearances. In one such interview broadcast October 31st, 2024 on the Atwood Unleashed, the YouTube channel, Burgess elaborated on the false claims that he received these materials directly from Kim Porter. Host Sean Atwood, whose YouTube channel boasts 946,000 subscribers, introduced Burgess in one interview by noting that he has certainly been making waves on the internet. Atwood also noted that we've had so much interest in this and promised to get down with some crazy things that Courtney has personally experienced. On the broadcast, Burgess falsely claimed that Miss Porter enlisted the help of a music industry mutual acquaintance to put her files in Burgess' hand. Specifically, Burgess claimed that this individual called Burgess and told him, "I got something for you. Kim told me to give you something. She got something she wants you to work with." Burgess went on to claim, again falsely, that the same individual later met Burgess in New York and delivered to him the first of several flash drives containing the memoir and videos that Miss Porter supposedly intended for him to have. Even according to Burgess, Miss Porter had no more than a passing acquaintance with Burgess. Like, come on, man. He wouldn't be able to say these things if it was true. He even talked about how she lied and said she gave information to the feds. And they ain't got it. She didn't. She didn't give no information to the feds. No information was given to. She went on platform after platform. Lying. Look, on that broadcast on about September 27, 2024, Mitchell falsely stated that there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, presumably referencing Burgess or one of his affiliates. Mitchell continued, "One particular person contacted me to shop a particular video that we're in possession of and to contact that person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became public knowledge." Mitchell described the and stated that Mr. Combs is in the tape and this other person was, I would venture to say, more higher profile than Mr. Combs. Remember she said that? Mitchell falsely confirmed that the video exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if that person in the video, and I can tell you that person is I can tell you that video is pornographic in nature. With no evidentiary support, the News Nation host speaking about Mr. Combs' home then said to Mitchell, "It sounded like there were probably a lot of hidden cameras as well." Mitchell falsely confirmed this and then further stated, based on her review of the supposed false evidence, it doesn't seem like the person knows they're being videotaped. It is like they're surreptitiously recorded. These statements were false. Mitchell never possessed pornographic images involving Mr. Combs or any other celebrity, was never able to confirm the existence of any such video of Mr. Combs, was not in possession to confirm that any celebrity was surreptitiously recorded in a sex act with Mr. Combs, and thus knew or recklessly disregarded that her statements were false when she made them. Come on, man. I ain't gotta read no more, man. just want to believe a lie.
Loves that they have fresh strawberries. Kids love.
You just want to believe a lie. You probably believe in magic.
Essentially never wanted him to get in trouble or anything, and so that's why she kind of protected him as much as she did. She said even after the 2016 hotel incident that he had come to her apartment. She was on the 17th floor of this apartment, and this is an important part because we'll talk more about the testimony of why the 17th floor is so important.
You gotta believe me.
But you know, he
believe
said
the paperwork.
she had said that.
You don't gotta believe me. The paperwork says she lied. You don't have to believe me. The paperwork said it. They wouldn't be able to say that if it was true. How they gonna rebut? How they gonna put out a rebuttal to the truth with such? Yo, look at the language that's being used. They calling it lies, fabricated, it don't exist. No, it's not just saying she lied. It's saying it don't exist. You can't put out a suit saying that something don't exist that does. She never produced it. It don't exist. Look at the word and you read it yourself. Read it yourself. Was never able to confirm the existence of any video of Mr. Combs. Never able to confirm. That is very strong language. If you know law, you would know. No, they didn't. Not these tapes. Abby. Not these tapes. They showed tapes that Cassie gave them in court. This girl said she had other tapes that was given to her. They had minors in it. There's no minors in Diddy case. None. Zero. Only ex-girlfriends.
Diddy tried to get into her apartment. He banging on her door, yelling at her front door. She even heard from Diddy's his primary assistants, that being Christina Quorum, somebody who's been named in some of the civil lawsuits against him. She said that she had heard from Christina Quorum that day, someone she refers to as KK. And she even spoke with a man named D-Rock who worked security for Sean Combs. She said she even went to D-Rock's house that day, said D-Rock and his wife were there for her, somebody that she even considered a friend.
Oh my
and she
God,
said the
Abby.
next time
Yo,
she
you,
actually
Abby,
saw...
I'm not responding to you no more. You probably believe in motherfucking unicorns. Abby, you believe in unicorns, man. I ain't arguing with you no more, man. You got it. Cause you just making up shit. If it was a 14-year-old in this, that shit would have been all over the motherfucking news. Breaking news. Cassie admits a 14-year-old was involved in the freak off.
Saw Sean Combs was at D-Rock's house, and she had went there to Sean's house, or Sean Combs' house, mainly because he had a movie. Testimony is that she had a movie premiere very shortly after this entire incident, and
where the video at? Abby, where's the video where Cassie admitted that a 14-year-old was involved in the freak off? Where's the visit? Let me know the page. I'll pull it up right now. I guarantee that page pushing bullshit and propaganda. Let's go back to the paperwork. Fuck it, I'm ready to read the rest of the paperwork, y'all. Because I got to show y'all the lies. Since we got 140 people on here, I got to show y'all the lies and the propaganda that been ran on Diddy this whole time. Lies and propaganda. The point and the purpose of these lawsuits was to damage the jury pool. That's it and that's all. Nobody's getting money. It was only to damage the jury pool. Real pages to tell y'all that. News Nation, upon information and belief, conducted no investigation before broadcasting the false allegations, though it easily could have done so. Mitchell also told News Nation on a broadcast about another client, a woman who alleged Mr. Combs sexually assaulted her in Northern California in 2018. This client allegations are also false. Mitchell falsely represented that her client fabricated claims were corroborated, even though Mitchell knew they were not. Specifically, Mitchell falsely stated, "We also have a police report that was made in 2018. Later in the interview, the host repeated Mitchell's assertion, emphasizing in the purported police report, "You guys actually have one?" The host then asked, "Are we going to be able to see it?" Mitchell falsely confirmed that she would produce the report. She answered the host, "Yes, as soon as I file my lawsuit in the civil court, I will be attaching the criminal complaint that was made." These statements, in which Mitchell claimed to possess a police report corroborating her client's fabricated allegations, were false. Mitchell knew they were false when she made them. Roughly 2 weeks after News Nation broadcast, Mitchell filed a preview. Contrary to her false assertion, the lawsuit did not attach any police report. Subsequently, the Walnut Creek Police Department denied having any involvement in the allegations made by Mitchell's client. The Contra Costa Sheriff's Office released a statement that they had thoroughly investigated the accusations and determined the claims were unfounded. You keep talking about reading the countersuit. They wouldn't be able to say this if it wasn't true, Abby. What the fuck is like, yo, what? Like, yo, come on now, man. It's like I'm talking to a child. They wouldn't be able to say this if it wasn't true. Does that make sense? When Dirk filed his motions for bail reconsideration, he talked about how the lyrics that the feds used was written 7 months ago. He wouldn't be able to say that if it wasn't true. Burgess and Mitchell repeated false and defamatory claims that Burgess possessed videos depicting Mr. Combs' sexually assaulting celebrities, including minors, led federal prosecutors to subpoena him to grand jury sitting in New York. Listen to this. Listen to this part. On the day he appeared before the grand jury, Burgess and Mitchell gave an interview on the courthouse steps, during which they acknowledged that the U.S. Marshals had visited his residence to ensure compliance with the subpoena. In this and subsequent press and social media appearances, Burgess and Mitchell continued to repeat false and defamatory claims that Burgess possessed videos depicting Mr. Combs' sexually assaulting celebrities, including minors. For example, on or about October 31st, Burgess and Mitchell appeared on News Nation Banfield show. The host introduced the interview by announcing that Burgess just testified before a grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence of Diddy freak-offs and parties. His name is Courtney Burgess. He says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, and the mother of his 4 kids. On those drives, the witness say 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties, and 6 were males, 2 were females. The host went on to note that because the 8 people in the video, the 8 celebrities in the video were allegedly victims of sex crimes, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them, famous or not. This statement was false, and the News Nation host knew it was false, or at minimum, recklessly disregard whether the statements were true or false because she never seen such videos because they do not exist. During the broadcast, Burgess and Mitchell confirmed that Burgess had been subpoenaed to a federal grand jury in Manhattan. In response to the host's question, Burgess falsely stated that all 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relationship with Sean Combs, 2 or 3, possibly 3, appeared to be minors, all appeared inebriated, and all, to be honest, were victims of sexual assault. Burgess also repeated this false statement about the fake memoir. The host asked him, Do you know if the notes from the book really were from Kim Porter? Burgess responded, yes, because I spoke to her probably like 6 hours before I received it. In another interview, Burgess claimed that federal law enforcement seized the flash drives from his home. This, too, was false. On October 7, 2024, Mitchell also falsely claimed that she had done, indicating that the baby oil may be used as a conduit for transmitting drugs mixed into oil to another person for the purpose of incapacitating them. Mitchell suggested, moreover, that Mr. Combs did this to one of her clients, i.e., mixed drugs with baby oil and doused her client with it, thereby lowering her defenses. That statement was a lie. Mitchell performed no such research. Even if she had, there is no science basis for asserting that baby oil could be infused with drugs to incapacitate anyone. Again, you see this? Somebody in the comments said this the other day. Lies. No research has been done. No science backed this up. You can't mix drugs with baby oil to get somebody high. Again, Mitchell knew or should have known that the statements were false when she made them. Mitchell made statements throughout the interview that were unambiguously intended to convince viewers not only that Burris was but also that he had independently corroborated these claims and was vouching for him. Mitchell made sense on or about the same day as Banfield YouTube broadcast during a separate interview she and Burris gave outside a federal district court in Manhattan. In that interview, the reporter asked, "I know you can't mention celebrities per se. You did mention some in the interview. So just to clarify, can you back that up with actual footage?" Mitchell responded, "Yeah, it's things that we have." Mitchell intended this statement to convince viewers that Burris' falsely claims about Mr. Combs were true, even though she knew or recklessly disregarded at the time that the claims were false. In her shameless pursuit of spotlight, Mitchell repeated these lies in a documentary of Making of a Bad Boy that aired on NBC streaming platform Peacock on January 14, 2025. In that documentary, Mitchell endorsed the ludicrous allegations of her client Burgess, stating that Burgess has done interviews where he purported to own several flash drives that included sex tapes with 8 distinct individuals, including A-list celebrities and Diddy, all engaged in sex. He believes that these people were intoxicated and that they may not have known they were being recorded. Then explicitly endorsing Burgess' known lies as truth, Mitchell added, and Courtney ultimately handed over the videos to the federal government. These statements were completely false. Mitchell knew these statements were false because no such video was ever turned over to the government because no such video exists. I'm done. Believe what you want to believe. I believe truth. You want to believe? If you want to believe in unicorns,
for the most part,
believe.
She said she didn't even want to do this particular freak off. She mainly did these freak offs to appease Diddy, to make him happy. But she said she didn't even want to do this particular freak off because she didn't want to pump herself with a whole bunch of drugs, because she didn't want to be tired or slouched. This was something that she had worked hard for, and she wanted to kind of enjoy this moment for herself. So she didn't want to do this this freak off so it would ruin her premiere. But she went to Sean Combs' house for a movie fitting. Then we in the gallery and the jurors as well.
Hey, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. You need to hear the truth, man. You've been lied to. Bamboozled, led astray. What Malcolm X say? Run them up. You've been lied to, man. Subscribe to the channel so you can get some truth over it, so you can learn something.
Gown. She had sunglasses on while she's doing this fitting picture, and then she said it was to cover up a black eye that she had. And so the photo was taken in Diddy's bedroom. She said that she even had to cover up the bruises from this beating by using makeup. She had to cover, she used a whole bunch of makeup even on her face to cover her black eye.
Make sure you subscribe so we can keep an eye on these cases, and you're going to see nobody's getting paid. None of them. They're not getting paid. Well, stick around. So when they do get paid, like you say, you can come over here and say, "Keep it, I told you they was getting paid." And I can say, when they don't get paid, I can say, "Abby, can you apologize now for disrupting the live? Can you apologize for me having to go back and forth with you all this time? And I knew you was wrong, and you refused to back down from your position."
And then we had seen another photo from that red carpet, from that premiere, where, you know, if you really zoom into it, you could see bruises kind of on her backside. And then we saw another photo, this of Cassie in a green dress. He said this was a dress that she had changed into during this premiere in a popcorn closet of all places at the movie theater. And she.
Do you want to go to the tapes where Cassie admitted she handed over the tapes? We talking about two different people. I'm talking about Courtney Burgess. I mean, not Courtney. Yeah, Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell lying on multiple platforms about having tapes with Diddy with minors. And then we're talking about Cassie having tapes with no minors, just her and Diddy. Because I'm telling you, the lawsuits are fugazi. And you're saying that they're not. You're talking about this 14-year-olds and shit. They didn't show her tapes. Abby. They showed Cassie tapes. Cassie produced the tapes. Cassie had 9 tapes, 8 tapes. Why was Cassie holding tapes? Is the bigger question. Let's talk about that. Why was Cassie holding tapes? Why was she holding something that she said was humiliating to her? It was degrading. Why was she holding on to it? Would you hold on to anything that made you feel degraded? Yo, Diddy is guilty of domestic violence. He guilty as fuck of that. Diddy is guilty of being a horrible human being. You know what I mean? But sex trafficking? Diddy ain't sex trafficking, Cass. He ain't sex trafficking them girls, man. Them girls are willing participants, man. They wanted the service. They wanted to be around stardom. They wanted the life. They wanted the life. He gave them the life. I ain't blaming Cass. I'm telling the truth. He gave him the life. But it comes with a price. Like everything else comes with a price. You know what I mean? Some of this, some of that. That's how that game run. That's how that game always run. They're not ready to stop how that game run for Diddy. If Diddy catch life in prison right now, they still gonna be moving. They still gonna be moving this way. Are you familiar with the Abercrombie and Fitch dude? And what he was doing to straight men? For modeling gigs? He was preying on straight men for modeling gigs. But his case got but they say he not competent to stand trial. He got locked up right after Diddy. Got a bond, $10 million. Diddy tried to give him 50. They told him no. His case was way worse. Video, yo. We talking about 2 different videos, man. I'm talking about the girl. I'm talking about a fake. Lawsuits are fake. You see the one? Throw Jay-Z in. Lawsuits aren't real. They're fake. Nobody's getting paid. That's the point. That's what we're talking about. The lawsuits and the criminal cases are not the same. They use the lawsuits to gain to kill Diddy image publicly. You kill an image, you walk over him in court. That's always been the game plan. That's how the feds always operated. That's what COINTELPRO was. Destroy from within. We use their people against them. This ain't nothing but a COINTELPRO job, man.
He had gone to an after party with Diddy, so we saw an exhibit of Diddy on her arm, and they were sitting together at this after party, and you could see a bruise on her leg. She said she had a bruise on her right shin. She also said she had bruises on her thighs, and so we really got an in-depth picture of, one, what had happened, kind of cover everything up emotionally, physically, with makeup, and then just go off and act like everything was picture perfect. And so, it was a stark difference from seeing that surveillance video and then seeing a red carpet photo of the two of them together, a photo that we and ourselves even have in house. And
you see what you just did? So that actually makes my point. That actually makes my point. How strange is that? Why these lawsuits didn't come out before the arrest? Why didn't Tony Busby file 40 lawsuits on Diddy and Ariel Mitchell filed 5 lawsuits on Diddy before the arrest? Diddy been moving, like them tell Diddy been moving like this since the 90s. Your theory corroborate what I'm saying. You just don't see it that way. The lawsuits are fake. The lawsuits was created to make the criminal case seem more legitimate. That's why we always gonna be manipulated, preyed on, because the people that's smart are the ones they're the ones that's really ignorant. The people that think they know the most are the ones that's being ignorant. They're the reason that the black community is being sold out. Because they can't see between the smoke and mirrors. They believe everything the news put out. Yo, the news been running. Yo, the mainstream media and news has been running propaganda on the black community since the 70s. Since the 70s. Right? What about Woody Allen? Horrible things he did. That nigga raised a child, and now he having sex with her. When the fuck did that start? I just watched a fucking video where the mother was talking to yo, like, yo, what the fuck type shit you on? She said you touched her. Why he ain't go to jail for that? Nah. We can get Detroit she just brought up a good point. Get back on topic. Yo, they preying on ignorance. But I always say the ignorant people don't know they ignorant. Abby, you're ignorant. You think you know what you're talking about, but you don't. And they use that to sell out the rest of the people. They use the black people that think they smart, that's really ignorant, to sell out the rest of the people. This is a slander campaign. This is a slander campaign. That's hitting us all. Yo, when have we ever seen somebody pay a lawsuit and then get charged for it? Name a time. Name another situation where we seen somebody pay a lawsuit and then get charged criminally. First, and then they hit you with a lawsuit afterwards. Yo, we have never ever, and I've been on this earth damn 40 years. In almost my 40 years on this earth, I have never seen Shannon Sharp not charged criminally. Quincy Jones not charged criminally. Bill Cosby didn't get. You wrong. You just you what the fuck mean should you name more? The two you name one right. What the fuck you talking about? Yes, name more. Because them two is not the same. Elvis Presley go to jail. You're not naming then you must. Do I gotta repeat what I said? I must gotta repeat it again. Since when a lawsuit and get charged criminally? No, their lawsuits came after their convictions. Their lawsuits, Bill Cosby and R. Kelly lawsuits came after their, not before. Not before. I told you why I'm defending Diddy. Because Diddy is being prosecuted for attacking the system. Diddy is being prosecuted for going up against a entity bigger than him. Diddy was being done dirty by the liquor company and decided to sue the liquor company for racial discrimination because they did racial discriminate. Diddy made Ciroc into a household name. Made him billions of dollars. Diddy was promised. They tried to make it seem like DeLeon wasn't selling. But what was really going on is they wasn't pushing it. So with Diddy got his own people to go down to where they was in the liquor and see if Diddy had guava. You know, because that's how you make alcohol. They have not one plant for Diddy. Not one plant. Diddy said, oh shit, these motherfuckers played me. They played me. I made Ciroc billions. And y'all ain't gonna give me my own liquor. Y'all, I can't get my own liquor. Y'all can't help me push my own liquor. So we sued them. And they can't count on them for that. That's why I stand against Diddy, because I stand against that shit. I'm looking at the big. Cassie wanted money. Cassie got what she wanted. She got what she wanted. She wanted money. She didn't press criminal charges on Diddy. She filed a civil lawsuit. And she deserved money. For all the shit that Diddy put her through. She deserved money. But if you wonder why I stand with Diddy, that's why. Because I stand against the system that keeps black people in line. I stand against that. That's why I'll be on this bitch running plays. That's why I'll be on this bitch pushing ignorance. Because that's what they pushing on black people. They pushing ignorance. They pushing propaganda. They pushing, you got fucking federal informants on YouTube disguised as YouTubers and influencers. Like y'all don't see what the fuck is going on out this bitch? See, y'all be following all them other channels, and they not telling y'all the truth. They giving you nonsense. They told y'all, that Diddy was taking down the whole. Where them people at? Always, where them pages that was telling y'all that it's gonna be a Diddy's list? Where them pages at? Are they still saying it? Usher is testifying. This person is saying, where are these people? Because I told y'all from the beginning that ain't happening. It ain't happening. Diddy ready to take a plea deal? No, he ain't. Diddy gonna snitch? No, he ain't. That's what we've been saying over here. I don't know what the fuck y'all been listening to over the other channel. But over here, back to the first video. Jay-Z next. No, he ain't. Yeah, no the fuck he ain't. What are you talking about? He's not. Jay-Z ain't next. Next why? Next for what? If he next ain't got nothing to do with Diddy. Now if they just gonna take down another black man, I guess they can. But it ain't got shit to do with Diddy. People were saying in relation to Diddy. And I told y'all he's not. It's not about Diddy being finished. Diddy ain't getting life in prison because Diddy didn't sex traffic Cassie. And man, she didn't do it. Cassie said Cassie admitted she enjoyed it. Cassie said that I didn't want him to do it with anybody else. That's why I kept going. All right, come on, bro. Bro. Yeah, that's what it was. It was all over the liquor deal, man. It was all over the liquor deal, man. Shit ain't got shit to do with no motherfucking Cassie. Cassie ain't want Diddy in jail. If Cassie would have wanted Diddy in jail, she wouldn't have said on the stand that she enjoyed it at first. She'd have kept that part out. Because you know you can build on that. The defense can build on that. Kelly ain't got nothing on Diddy. Kelly was fucking with minors. Kelly was being preyed on anyway. See, this is my thing, y'all. She did say that. She did say that. She definitely said she enjoyed it at first. She definitely said she didn't want Diddy to do it with nobody else. She said that. We read it yesterday. Go to the live I did yesterday. I read it. We read it all. Everything that came out, we read it yesterday. You can clip it. It's the truth. Share that motherfucker. She said it. Do I gotta show you she said it? What part you clip so I can go back and show that she said that she enjoyed it? Became excessive. There's no proof in that. There's no proof in that. You know it's a person live reporting the trial, right? Abby. His name is Inner City Press. He's live reporting the trial. How did you feel? I was high, so I didn't feel much. Dirty and confusing. And that he was happy with me. Why did you feel you couldn't say no? I didn't want to make him angry or upset after he shared this part of himself with me. How frequent were the freak offs became? Weekly for a consistent amount of years. When was your last one? 2017, 2018. How long were you awake during the freak offs? I never slept. I took drugs, ecstasy, mildly cocaine. Do you recall the freak offs? Do you recall all the freak offs? That would be impossible. Did you want to stop? Yes, I was humiliated. I didn't have those words. I couldn't even talk to anyone about it. These lives, what you mean? All this is being said at court. I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else. You see that? She didn't want him to do it with someone else. She did say it. I didn't want him to be angry. She called him Pop Pop. She did say she liked it. I just ain't going through all the posts because we already did this shit yesterday. She did say she liked it at first. It did just became excessive. You can go to Inner City Press page and find it. She definitely said it. She also set up what appears to be a move by a prosecutor to show a video of a freak off to the jury. She was asked what evidence she gave the government, and she replied laptops, presumably which stored freak off videos. Cassie gave up the videos, man. I'm ready to find it for you. They got a text message where she said she wanted to fuck. You ain't see that either, huh? You missed that part. Your favorite YouTuber ain't show that part either. When she said she couldn't wait for the freak off. Fear to be will end up in the echo here, man. Defective, barricaded. No, we not. I don't have to. We don't have to read the transcripts. Motherfuckers is giving us live, up to date analysis. Look, here we go. How did you feel when he first asked you? Confused, nervous. I wanted to make him happy. Did you agree to one when he first proposed one? Yes. Then there were more. It wasn't something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently. It wasn't something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently. I said the taste that Ariel Mitchell said don't exist. What does this mean? What does at least not that frequently mean? What does not that frequently mean? No, he had black man material. But she had black man material too. She said, no, that's not what she said. She said, how did you feel when he first asked you? Confused, nervous. I wanted to make him happy. Did you agree to one when he first proposed? Yes. Then there were more. It wasn't something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently. That's what that says. That says she agreed to it. She wanted to do it. She just didn't want to do it that frequently, which means that over time it became it became a hassle. You know, it became embracive. But in the beginning, she was all for it. She was all for the freak off events. But in the videos, and the defense is going to show the videos, I'm not changing my story. That's what I said. I said she enjoyed it. What the fuck? Hey, you playing word semantics. You playing word semantics, man. So let's leave the country because Diddy banned the rest of y'all. Just be saying anything. What pages y'all coming from? Who y'all? It's crazy. Who left because of Diddy, yo? Who got the fuck out of here because Diddy? Yo, Diddy what? Never gonna tell on nobody. Diddy way back 100 He put back 100 by dead said, okay, yo, this bitch tripping. Yo, that tells me she enjoyed it. She agreed with it, yes. Then there were more. It wasn't something I wanted to do, but didn't say at least not that frequently. So it was something she wanted to do. What are you talking about? If she says not something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently, means that it was something that she wanted to do. Ain't that what that means? Well, I'm tripping. By her saying she didn't want to do it that frequently, I mean, she didn't want to do it, at least not that frequently, means she did want to do it. That's what that means, right? I gotta ready to go to bed. What time is it? It's fucking 2:47. I can't be fucking with y'all all night. I gotta get up in 3 hours, 2 hours. Ain't that what that mean? The freak offs. What you talking about? The freak offs. You're talking about freak offs right here. Says she agreed to do the freak off because she didn't want to make him angry. You gonna see Abby. Wait till her wait till the defense get a hold of her. Then the truth gonna start coming out. I ain't say nothing ain't happened. What you talking about? Wait till the defense get a hold of her. Yes, then there were more. It wasn't something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently. Man, she wanted to do it. It's just amazing to me. See, I don't want people to get confused. Say what was fake at first. What did I say was fake at first, man? I said the lawsuits is fake. I stand on that. The lawsuits are fake. Oh my God, now y'all missing my words. Never said everything was fake. I said the lawsuits was fake. That's what I said. I said Diddy didn't sex traffic Cassie. Cassie was a full participant in the freak offs. Cassie was a full participant in the freak off. Y'all funny as shit. Yeah, crazy. What the fuck? He is being charged for sex trafficking Cassie, man. What are you talking about? That's the charge. He's not being charged with domestic violence. That's what he's not being charged with. Yo, but we talking Ross, and we talking about sex trafficking though. You keep making my point, Abby. That don't make sense to you. Think about what you just said. So look, right? If I was a lawyer and I was a predatory lawyer, I was a scumbag of attorney like Tony Busby and Ariel Mitchell, and I saying this criminal indictment come down on one of the biggest people in the world, billionaire. I can gather up some clients and construct a lawsuit based around the events of the criminal complaint. Abby, you understand that? You understand that's how this shit goes? That don't mean these lawsuits are real. That just means I use this criminal indictment as a PowerPoint. Ain't that what they call a PowerPoint? I use this criminal indictment as a PowerPoint to construct my lawsuit around it. No, you talking about two different tapes, Abby. I'm talking about the Ariel Mitchell. Remember Ariel Mitchell did? Let me show you who Ariel Mitchell is, since maybe you're confused. Ariel Mitchell Banfield. Maybe you're confused with what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this girl. This girl said she had tapes.
I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So,
this girl is fucking lying. Lying. This ain't got shit to do with Cassie. She's lying.
which I declined that because.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes. But
yes.
The shopping thing is.
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. See, that's where you're getting it wrong at. The tapes that Cassie gave to the federal government are tapes with Cassie and Diddy. Diddy didn't do freak-offs with the industry. Diddy did freak-offs with his girlfriends. That's why all the people that's testifying against Diddy are his girlfriends. They're not random chicks. They're not industry vixens. They're his girlfriends. He didn't do freak-offs. Diddy freak-offs was something done privately. Diddy parties aren't the same thing as Diddy freak-offs. There's two separate entities. This girl is lying, saying that she got tapes of Diddy doing freak-offs with other celebrities, including minors. She's lying. She did interview after interview talking about minors. Diddy isn't charged with any minors. There's not a minor in Diddy case. This girl did interviews saying that she gave tapes to the feds. Diddy defense attorney, who gets all his discovery, said that she didn't return no tapes to the feds. Cause we just read it. I'm done. Y'all don't want the truth. That's why I see y'all. See y'all. This for the people that follow my channel. See, this is why niggas be selling out. This is why niggas just be playing the numbers game with people. Cause they don't want to. They don't want the truth. Motherfuckers want to be lied to, man. Y'all know I'm dirty. I just got off work. Y'all motherfuckers want to be lied to, man. You know what I mean? They don't want the truth. They want to just be lied to, preyed on, manipulated. They want to be sold a dream. You know what I mean? For the people that follow my channel, yo, this is, right now is a prime example of what I be talking about. Motherfuckers want to be sold a dream. Everything I'm saying, I'm backing it up with documents and proof. And these motherfuckers still want to be lied to. Yo, that shit is crazy. So if I got on this bitch and said, yo, Diddy been fucking minors, it's videos of it. Man, it's 17 videos of Diddy fucking minors. Man, they be loving my shit. Like, subscribe, cash app, super chat, but I be lying like a motherfucker. I would be lying like a motherfucker. If I got on this bitch and said, yo, Diddy ready to snitch on the whole industry. He ready to tell on everybody. They be like, I knew he was going to tell. I knew it. I knew it. That's what they be doing, man. They be sharing the live. Look, y'all, I told y'all Diddy was going to tell. Nobody. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, yo. See, that's why yo, people be selling out the black community, man. They just selling out in general. They just be selling out in general, yo, because people like lies. A pretty lie is better than the ugly truth. A pretty lie is better than the ugly truth. That's why people on... I just showed proof of everything I was saying. I ain't show you proof of everything I was saying. I ain't show you proof that this girl was lying. If she wasn't lying, there would be no suing her for $50 million. Stick around. Hey, just make sure you subscribe to the channel, because you're going to be one of the ones that I'm going to be looking for when everything hit the fan. She did like it. What the fuck are you talking about? She said she liked it. It just became excessive. No, y'all give me a headache, y'all. I never said the tapes don't exist. I said her tapes don't exist. I said this woman tapes don't exist. That's what I said. I said this woman tapes don't exist. This is the woman that said she got Diddy on tapes with minors. It don't exist. That's what I said. Cassie admitted that she agreed to the freak-offs. There's no tapes on Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber never admitted that Diddy did anything to him. That's some shit the internet ran with because it was funny at the time. Usher never admitted that Diddy did anything to him. Know who said that? Jane Dale. Know what Jane Dale also did? Know what Jane Dale did when Diddy got booked? I ain't never see Diddy do nothing. Jane Dale went on a 7-year campaign to slander and Diddy's name. And then when Diddy got booked, he said, I ain't never see him do nothing. I just was talking about what I heard. That's what he did. Yo, since when has that been acceptable? I always said it was slander. That's how we got here. It says a slander campaign. Since when has that ever been acceptable? How would you like it if somebody that was semi close to you went on platforms and just told people what they heard about you? Not what they know, but just what they heard. Like, just think about that though, y'all. If a motherfucker went on platform after platform, be like, yeah, I heard this, I heard you this, that. Not what they know though. But since you borderline close to that person, the world takes it as facts. The world takes it as facts. How would y'all feel about that? Yo, when did we start respecting those people? Like when did we start respecting that shit? I'm saying the lawsuits are fake. I'm saying Cassie complaints is real. But I'm also saying Cassie wasn't sex trafficked. No, see, you're not listening. You too busy commenting. The lawsuits and the criminal case aren't the same. That's what I'm explaining. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Man, look, I don't subscribe to that dumbass way of thinking. Like, yo, I don't know. I'm living in the real world, yo. They don't see what to think. Like, I don't subscribe to don't blame the victims, man. Motherfucker be lying like a motherfucker. The fuck you talking about? We just had a whole fucking white girl, Diddy, Jay-Z raped her. Lying like a bitch. Like, man, fuck out of here with that dumbass argument. Motherfuckers be lying. Like, we keep it real over here. This ain't status quo. We keep that shit real. Motherfuckers be lying, man. When money's on the line, motherfuckers make up stories. I know niggas that told and made up cases and put people in jail off lies. Like, come on, man. No, we ain't doing that. Give a fuck about we don't slander victims. Man, victims be there. Like, we don't slander real victims. But you don't get to participate, get all the perks of participation, and then turn around and say you was a victim. Man, fuck no. We don't do that. You got everything you wanted out the deal. You got paid on the back end. Now you're a victim now. Fuck out of here. Y'all better stop falling for that dumbass shit. Y'all better stop falling for that dumbass shit. We don't do that over here. We keep that shit 100% at all times. At all times. But how she ended up leaving that, Jacqueline? She been left. She was gone years before this indictment came down. She mean he wouldn't let her leave. I told you why. Told you why. Because I understand this case ain't about Cassie. I understand Cassie got what she wanted. Cassie wanted money, she got it. What more do you want? You wanted money. For all the shit that happened with them two. The domestic violence shit. Not the freak offs, because I think she was complicit in the freak offs. But the domestic violence. I think Cassie deserved whatever he gave her. I think Diddy should have paid Cassie before Cassie started complaining, because he know what he did. He know the mental trauma he put that girl through. How? Yeah, she paid sex workers. She ordered them up. She committed crimes too. She ain't do nothing Diddy didn't do. Why when Diddy do it is criminal, but when Cassie do it, she a victim? Know who the victims is? The sex workers. That's who the victims. That's who was preyed upon. The sex workers. Yeah, you must don't know about the case. Sex workers. She did that. She did on that. It's in the lawsuit and she testified to it. And posted ads. Right. Yeah, I think I'm just reading the case like everybody else. I wasn't there. I would never be a motherfucking Diddy freak off. Diddy a freaky motherfucker, man. What you talking about? That freaky ass nigga. Diddy could stand next to me, man. What you talking about? Hey, Ross, I don't fall for that shit, man. People don't be in real life. I ain't one of these internet ass niggas. Motherfuckers know my character is intact in real life. You heard me? I'm a real father. A real everything. See, look at my boots. What you tell me? Look what I got on. Just getting off work, man. I ain't out this bitch chasing no motherfucking ass. Diddy a freaky ass nigga. The bigger question, what we really need to know is, like I was saying earlier, did he need a 60-minute interview? 2-part series. Because I want to know what the fuck made you get so freaky. Straight up. That's the bigger question, y'all. We can move it away from Cass and take it to Diddy. Because that's what I want to know. Where all this freaky shit come from, man? And I told y'all, I think everybody's saying Diddy tripping with this baby oil shit. But I think Diddy might be on to something, man. I think we might be tripping. Hey, I think we might be tripping, man. Diddy might have cracked the code with the baby oil, man. I think we should all have 1,000 bottles, y'all. Everybody should have 1,000 bottles of baby oil in their house. Yeah. Sure enough, though, y'all. Diddy something might be in, something might be up with the baby oil, man. 1,000 bottles, put it in the tub. You might have the time of your night, time of your life. What my man call it? What you call it? Wild King Nights. Y'all just imagine I ain't had no Wild King Nights. That's what it is. That's what's wrong with Abby. Abby ain't had no Wild King Night in a minute. That's why she been in the bitch trolling all night. I'm trying to tell you. That's the bigger question, man. What the fuck made Diddy? How the fuck did that freaky shit turn you on like that, bro? Like, we need answers. Like, cause to me, that shit is weird as a motherfucker. Why the fuck was you? Why was Diddy rubbing another man's sperm on his chest? Those are the questions I got for Diddy. You know what I mean? Fuck was you beating up on that girl like that for, man? Those are the questions I got for Diddy. I don't know. I need to be sleeping. I gotta get up in a couple hours. Gotta take my kids to school in fucking 2.5 hours. And I gotta go work at 12 tomorrow. Cause man, y'all got me on this bitch tripping, man. Fucking Abby ass. Motherfucker Abby ass got me sitting up, going back and forth, yo, because I hate ignorance, yo. And I think I be explaining myself thoroughly, and it aggravates me that people don't get it when it makes perfect sense. When I can show you proof, and people still want to believe lies. People still want to believe lies. When the truth ain't hard to find. No, you are ignorant. That is what bothers me. And I showed it to you, Abby, and you still don't want to believe it. If she say that she agreed to the freak offs, and then say, I just didn't want it to be that frequent. What does that tell you? It tells you she enjoyed the freak offs. Because if she wouldn't have said she didn't want it to be that frequent, if she didn't enjoy it. She did say she agreed to it, man. What are you talking about? Yo, I got issues with Diddy too. I told y'all. I got questions for Diddy, man. Diddy need to do an interview with Keep It G News so we can get to the bottom of all the fuck shit. Diddy, what the fuck was wrong with you, yo? Where you get this freaky shit from, bro? Why are you having 4-night events that's drug fueled and it's sex parties, and where'd you get the term Wild King Nights from? Abby already showed you that.
This is our filter adapter. We had to make a new intake tube that feeds our throttle body. The last part is to test fit it in place. Now with our new inlet tube in place, you can see it.
She said, you agreed to the freak off. She said yes. Originally. That's what she said. She said yes. Go back, rewind the video.
Go ahead and put the cushions in it and sit in it and see how it feels.
Hey, Rosa, yo, I ain't never. Hey, Rosa, you crazy motherfucker. I'm from Baltimore, man. I just keep it realer than most. All right, go back in the video. I'm gonna wait for you before I end the live. Go back in the video about 20 minutes where she said yes, and then come back like, all right, she did say yeah.
So this thing looks as sporty as we can get it.
Go back. You like, yeah, she did say she agreed upon it.
And the front seats would be a whole lot.
Damn. Yo.
Looks good. Yeah. It's one of those things.
She was coercing to it. Yo, can you be coerced into anything? Like I said, yo, don't get me wrong. Like I said, Diddy did some fucked up shit to Cassie. Like the mental mind games that he did to her, the physical abuse, but sex trafficking.
Very hard to measure off the radius. So if I put my square down here,
Sex trafficking? I don't think she was sex trafficking. So what did that mean, Ross? And that means you must have to want something he can offer, right? Because if you ain't want nothing he can offer, he couldn't do that to you. I'm sure there's women that Diddy tried that with, and they were like, well, fuck no, I ain't doing that shit. You know what I mean? You think every woman in the world is succumb to that? But Diddy better do that to you? You gotta want what he's offering. Yeah, but Abby, that's what I'm saying. That's a dangerous precedent. I don't think people want that to be a thing. I don't think people want, you got Instagram girls that fly from state to state fucking. You know what I mean? I don't think people want that to become a federal crime. I don't think you want the feds to start banning people bedroom. No, it hasn't. People have been doing it for decades. Well, not decades, but people been doing it since the internet era. If I was to fly you to wherever I'm at and pay you, not for sex, just pay you. They can charge me with sex trafficking. Yo, I think that is a dangerous. I think that is a dangerous precedent. I think that's a dangerous precedent, man. I think you should, if you say you know law, I think you would agree. That's a dangerous precedent to set. I don't. Some doors are supposed to be left closed, man. Some doors supposed to be left closed. Cause once they open, you can't close them back. Once they open, you can't close. Thanks, Clemson. I was ready to block his ass anyway. Yeah, once they open, you can't close them back, man. Like when they start mass incarcerating black men, like the 3 strikes law. I mean, people signed up for that bill. People wanted that bill. Look what it did. Like you don't want to start opening doors like that, man. Because what the federal government do, the federal government don't show discernment. I'm trying to explain something to you. They don't show discernment. So what'll happen is, you see how they got Diddy? They gonna start getting real loose with that shit, and they just gonna start grabbing everybody. Like, you don't want that to become a thing. I'm just gonna say it like that. You don't want that to become a thing. Yeah, man. Certain doors you want to remain closed because they don't show discernment. They're not going to nitpick and say, all right, this is sex trafficking. This is not. They're going to grab everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody going to get put in the equation. You all sex trafficking. The whole time you just fuck the girl from another state or fuck the guy from another state. I wasn't trafficked like that. I mean, it's somebody I was in contact with for however long, and we just linked up and had sex, and he gave me money to get home. Nope, that's sex trafficking. You don't want that. See, I look at the bigger picture, man. See, a lot of people get caught up in their emotions. You know what I mean? You get caught up in your emotions, and you get caught up in personal traumas. A lot of women do this. They deal with personal traumas, and they attach their traumas to situations that it don't even represent their traumas properly. I mean, and they totally disregard all the other factors of this situation. Black people do that often, man. We gotta get better with that. We gotta be able to start looking at things from a case by case basis, and take out personal. And take out your personal beliefs or your personal traumas or your. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't no Memphis nigga. Memphis people troll. I thought Memphis people was more silent than that. Like, they don't do a whole bunch of trolling, man. Yo, I gotta go to bed though, y'all. Y'all fucking with y'all. I ain't gonna get no rest. It's 3:20. I gotta get up in 2 hours. Yo, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. It's another day of Keep It G News. And I'm out. Well, Abby, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I want to see you again when all this break down, like I told you it was gonna break down. And I'm out.